Like we always do at this time. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Wednesday night. No basketball tonight. Football season ain't started yet. I know y'all don't watch baseball like that. Y'all been capping about these WNBA games. Y'all ain't watching that shit like that. Stop. Tap in with us, man. No strings on a Wednesday night. Know y'all could have been anywhere in the world. We do appreciate y'all for kicking it with us for a little bit tonight. Thank y'all, man. Gotta say this before we start off. You know, we always talk about, we've been doing this podcast thing for a while now. I like to say we actually started doing this before it got super trendy, right? We were podcasting before the pandemic. So don't call us pandemic podcasters, right? We was pre-pandemic podcasters, goddammit. So give us our respect and our propers. We've been here grinding for a while. But yeah, man, again, you got a lot of podcast options out there. We understand and recognize that. One thing we want you to recognize is that all those other options you got out there, got to make sure we let that be known at all times, man. So tap in, hit the subscribe button, share the channel if you have not shared it with anyone. Go ahead and hit a like as well, or hit a thumbs down, whatever you want to do, man. Express yourself, right? Jump in them comments, make that liver than what it was. Y'all know we never censor the chat, but we will clap back. I don't know where the lady's at right now. I know Mo is still hungover from her birthday. Mona had another trip around the sun, and she still ain't learned to hold her liquor. So we don't know if Mo's showing up today. As y'all know, Naomi is on Naomi time. She's on a whole different. Naomi and Terrence Howard, I think, are on the same calendar. I'm fucking with you, Naomi. All right, but let's go. But right now in the building with me right now, the proprietor of Glints by LNL, Glints LNL. Y'all make sure y'all check out their website, glintslnl.com, for them fresh summertime. Something to put on them eyes. You dig? What up, Lionel?
What's good, y'all? Like you said, we back with another banger. If you can hear my voice, blessings to you, peace to you, expeditiously and abundantly. May you receive everything that you wish for. And yeah, we just here for another night of good fucking conversation. Get active in that chat. Like you said, like and subscribe if you're not already. But yeah, we appreciate chopping it up with y'all as always. Welcome to another No Strings Attached podcast episode.
Yep, you dig? And fresh off of vacation. He's been back a little minute now. So I know last week I think he was just trying to get his feet back on the ground. Jet lag, was on the beach. I think now this week he's back good. I runs wild, aka Cut. Yeah. What up, Torin?
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Happy Queer Day. No, I was kidding. No, but for real, it's good to be back. Already trying to plan the next vacation. I gotta keep my feet in the sand. I'm trying to keep that going. So
okay,
I might see me somewhere else, but right now y'all see me on the show, getting ready to talk my ish. So let's go.
Let's do it, man. We gotta. Today's topic is we're gonna talk about things that you said or stuff, however you want to categorize stuff that you said, man, I'd never do that in a relationship. And you ended up doing it, right? So we're going to talk about that. I know we all got a little something. I got a couple things, goddammit, that I said, I ain't mad. That's some sucker shit. I'd never do that, right? And then you over there checking somebody's damn phone, looking crazy in the closet. All right, but before we get to that, man, let's start off with the bird of the week. Can we get to the bird of the week real quick?
My favorite topic.
Yeah, the bird of the week. Let me just say this at the outset. I was close to giving a hip-hop legend bird of the week. This was a tough bird of the week for me this week. I ain't gonna lie. It's always a lot of candidates for bird of the week. As y'all know, bird of the week is somebody that's just doing just genuinely bird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? I was close to giving it to Andre 3000. If y'all didn't see it, he was at a jazz festival of some sort.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was out there playing that damn flute. Lord have mercy. Should I play a little bit of the flute? Should I play some?
Play it.
Let me see, can I play some of this flute? Let me see, can I find it? Where that damn flute at? That this boy was playing. I felt like I saw somebody did the Beyonce. What's the Beyonce? That play up on your horn now. They had that shit mixed in with it. That shit was hilarious. Play up on your horn now. Okay, here we go. He's at a jazz festival. Was this in? Do we know where this was at?
In Atlanta.
This was in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Hold on. I told y'all she was gonna pull up. I already know what's going on out here. Y'all don't know, but I know, goddamn it. What up, Jody Mo? Still celebrating the birthday. Birthday Mo in the building.
Yes.
I'm
It's still your
older,
birthday.
y'all.
Wow.
I can see it all up in here, Mo. All up in here, I can see it. I'm
Okay.
playing with you.
Ooh.
I'm logging
I'm
off.
playing with you. I'm playing with you.
Did you
It's
find
okay.
it?
He didn't eat. It's okay.
Right, that did not eat.
You know I'm playing with you, Mo. All right, hold on, Mo. You messing up the bird of the week. Let's get to the bird of the week. Right now, hold on. Well, I'm supposed to be playing Andre 3000. Hold on, let me play Andre 3000 first. With this goddamn flute. If y'all didn't hear him, this is this boy Andre with this damn flute he was playing at the jazz festival, pissing everybody off. Hold on. Lord. Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. Oh, that's enough. All right. At this point, that nigga's just trolling. He's just trolling at this point. That nigga's trolling.
That did not sound like the album.
I'm dead.
That didn't sound like a flute. That sounded like a bagpipe.
Yeah, no, Andre's trolling at this point, ladies and gentlemen. He ain't been practicing no damn flute.
He just trying to see what he could get away with.
Yes. He's like, these niggas, anything I do, these niggas like it. That nigga's just trolling. Yeah, I don't believe that Andre 3000 was serious about playing that flute. So I'm giving him a mulligan. But here we go. Here goes the bird of the week. And y'all know me, man. I'm a respectful person. And it was very hard, Paul, to give a man of the cloth bird of the week. This is supposed to be a good Christian man. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I felt like, damn, we've done this story before. I guess this is just a new practice in the church. I don't fucking know. But I was like, man, I swear to God, we had this same story about a year ago. But I guess that's how they giving up in the church, man. He got his wife, and y'all better not say a goddamn thing about her.
Some of y'all would mess with my wife, Jordan. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. Well, you will see me on the news. Let me just tell you that right now. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. You better walk by and say, praise the Lord.
Okay, let me reset. This is Bishop Dwight Reed, who 63 years old, married an 18-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. And is up there. Look at Torian's face, hilarious. And he's up there telling y'all what y'all better do and better not be talking about his wife. Let him continue. Go ahead, Bishop.
That's what you better do.
Yeah, preach it. Talk.
Cause that's my wife.
Yeah.
And she grown.
Yeah, I don't know, Bishop.
Barely.
Barely.
Can't even drink.
Bishop, 63, married an 18-year-old. I love it. If I'm gonna take a screenshot of everybody's face. Everybody's just disgusted right now.
I'm just so tired of old black men getting away with shit like this.
Jesus, Torian, old black man.
Well, not even black, old men.
Right.
Old
No,
men.
because I'm like, my newly 29 ass is like 18.
And that's
Maybe she's mature.
63 is crazy.
She's stupid.
And then he talking strong.
I did not want nobody that old when I was 18.
Yeah.
When I was 25, I didn't want nobody 30. Like, so what the fuck? Like,
And that's
no.
assuming that she just wants him, because she could have been like arranged to be with him, like from her
True.
parents. Because these church people is some of the weirdest people that you're gonna come across on the planet.
Say
Legit.
that again.
And then the ringleader, the pastor, is always like obviously the creepiest. Like, these are your followers, you the leader, y'all are birds of a feather, no pun intended. Birds of a fucking feather. So it's strange, it's weird. I feel like what more could you say? But somebody did say on Twitter, like, I feel like we need to classify like 18 and 19-year-olds as still like teenagers, like, because they are,
They are.
versus like young adult. And I feel like young adult is like, even 20 is like, I don't know, maybe I guess they could slip in like 20 to 25, 20 to 26, young adult. 20 is period, like young adult. But like, for real, trying to just say like she grown at 18 is sick. Like, you're sick, sir. Like, you
Yeah, no,
really are
Yeah.
sick. You need to kick the can. Like, give it up, please.
He tells himself that shit every day to make it okay.
Right. That's what he's
okay.
telling him. That's what it gave me. It was like, okay, you lying to yourself. Like, okay,
No, for real.
you trying to fool yourself.
Yeah,
In the
somebody
pulpit, you better got that pulpit with that. You crazy. Like, it's a
he needs
lot.
to check
But
his phone
that's how they
record.
come. I feel like if you tell me you're a pastor, then like, I don't judge people, but like, that's incentive to potentially be like, okay.
But see, this is why I feel like some people should be judged.
Okay.
Like, judging is okay
No, we
sometimes.
do need to bring back shame, and like we need to shame this man until like, what are you doing? Like, no. Shame. Get a shame bell. Shame. Get well, like,
And it's the
no.
people,
Like,
in
yeah,
the church talking about
yeah,
some, yes.
right.
Yeah,
Like,
I told you
let me
those
play
are
some
I
more of this.
can't. They're imbeciles. Like, you really can't with them. They're a goldfish. Like,
Let me
seriously.
play. And
no.
Naomi just joined us, y'all. We'll let her jump in a second. Let me play some more of the church, though. Him in the church talking about he's going hard body for his 18-year-old wife.
She didn't need nobody to sign no paperwork for her.
Please.
Yeah, right.
Now, if this was out in the streets, y'all be saying she made a come up.
No, we would say with some
But
help.
you a hypocrite.
Yeah, y'all some hypocrites. Talk, Pastor. I'm sorry, Bishop.
He probably got kids older than her.
Let's go,
Definitely.
Bishop.
So don't you forget the Bible say marriage is honorable.
Oh. There you go.
Men
Let me
are
stop it.
not.
That's how you do it. Go to the Bible to justify it. That's how you do it, Pastor.
I'm trying to figure out why we even talking about this in church.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, hold on, where's the scripture? And
No,
even
for
for them
real.
to say like it's honorable, I need scripture. Okay?
Not you in here bragging about your 18-year-old wife. We don't give a fuck.
You're going to jail.
Is this it for Sunday service?
No,
He was
like,
mad.
what?
He's mad because somebody in the church said clearly when they see her, they gonna tear that ass up. They gonna get them a piece, whatever. Because he was addressing like, if you see my wife, you better just like say God bless you and keep it moving. Like, clearly there's people more accustomed or like closer to her age that want her in the church, and so now he's out here puffing his chest and like chin up, trying to stand on business in the pulpit.
No,
Like I
and
said,
he's
don't
definitely
do
gonna have to preach a message on cheating, because baby, that 18-year-old is not gonna stay faithful to your 63-year-old ass like for too long. For too long, it's just not gonna happen.
She might be a little delusional.
I know she
No,
might
that's
they
what
be
I'm about to say. She
brainwashed.
could get
Nah.
brainwashed,
There's-
but then another nigga, she's 18-year-old. Another nigga can come and
Yeah.
brainwash that ass.
Did y'all
too,
see that
okay?
picture of her?
That's
I'm
what I'm
sorry.
trying to pull up the picture of her. She's a very attractive young lady.
But it's giving
Oh,
she can be
boy.
corrupted.
You can say she's attractive. That's not you should be a pause, bro. She's attractive. But
You
yeah,
too
no, I
old
mean,
for
look,
that, Matt. You too old. You just
Hilarious.
like that man.
hilarious. I can, that's great. I don't want to date her.
There have you been.
That
Y'all
nigga
are
wanted to date her. I don't want to date her.
That's how it starts, Raw.
Unless
What you gonna do if you
Pretty
see
young
her?
lady.
hilarious. Hilarious. Let me put up a picture of her. Let me go. Hold on, cause you know me, I don't put up pictures of kids on this show. But he did say she is 18. She grown. There she
And
go.
was she always
look
in
how
the
he sits
church?
with his with his daughter. That shit look crazy.
It's crazy. She looks so young.
granddaughter.
Like,
She
you
looks
can-
very young.
I
She
can
looks like she
always
could
see
be
Yeah,
baby.
she does look
16.
young.
Yeah, I can see the baby in somebody's face at all times. Like, I
Yeah.
still see the baby.
Yeah, of
Like,
course. Yeah, he looks crazy.
I always
No, and was
equate it
she
to
in
like,
the church? Was she in
Yeah.
the church this
yeah,
whole
I'm sure
time?
she grew up in that church.
When I
Oh, see,
I
no,
read
and
the
that's even
article.
more problematic. I would have, how they do in the old folks church, I would put my finger up, put my head down. I gotta walk out, and I'm never coming back. I'm
No,
never coming back.
it's sick because I read about it. Like they said that he met her when she was 16 or 17 because she was doing something for the church. She like helping like interning at the church, and then that's when like he met her and he was working like closely with her, and then like once she turned 18, now suddenly they get married.
Yeah, that's nasty work.
Yeah, he was grooming her at 17, 16.
No, and grooming, and even to like just get married at 18 is kind of just like wild business. Like wild business. And to get married to a 63-year-old man, like, girl, please, it's giving you finna be Cinderella. Like, please, somebody save her. Somebody save her. Can she get an annulment? Like, baby, you need to be
Right.
going to college. What is going on?
Right.
Where
Well,
are the parents? Where are the
married.
parents?
Everybody was saying that in the comments. Where her parents at?
No, and it was probably fucking a mama or a grandma. She probably ain't got the daddies. It's probably the fucking grandma or something. They don't got the main
work,
parents.
Pastor.
Right.
Well,
Grandma,
some of the mamas be trifling.
he's a
No
good
facts. And I feel like when it comes to the church, right, they can like kind of get caught up into
Hold on, Tori. What you say?
his grandma like she's a good man, Savannah.
no, like that's what it would probably be giving.
Like, we went to high school together. I know he's good.
Right.
Like, please, grandma.
No, like, can you come and talk to my grandma? Truly.
Yeah.
You know what, my grandma?
No, and that'd be I be feeling like that too when like older men be trying to get at me. Like I had like this 49-year-old man try to get at me, and I'm like, you want my mama number?
I got a perfect
Hilarious.
No, facts. Like she's kind of close to me, you know.
Take this number down.
Take
Right
this number
down.
down. It's crazy.
You know what? People were eating up Vivica Fox because she said like now
This
that
video
she's 50, like she's ready to settle down and like get married or whatever. People was eating her up on Twitter. It was kind of sad to see. Like
Now that is sad how people
was
come, but I
some-
feel like getting married at 50 is more ideal. Like getting married more in your 50s. And just like I feel like you're more able to take on that fucking type of commitment. And more likely to last. Cause I'm just like, damn, 60, 70 years in a marriage is kind of crazy to me. Like maybe I could
Did
do
y'all
like
see though that
30, 40 years.
Vivica A. Fox? Shout out to everybody that just joined us, man. Jump in that chat, make it liver than what it was. Let us know what's good, man. The whole crew is here. We all five of us. Mo was playing under the weather. Mo been partying for her birthday. We happy
Ain't
that Mo
nobody
here. I
playing.
told y'all.
Hey.
I told y'all Mo was gonna come here with no lights on. I told y'all that. Didn't I tell y'all she gonna come here with all them lights turned off when she tired? Shout out to Shorty Mo.
Wait, you
goddamn
gotta tell us. No, we gotta hear about Nola. How fucked up did you get? How fucked up did you get?
Man, tell me why first night I was fucked up.
Period. That was me my first night in Nola too, girl.
That was my first and last time having them damn hand grenades, bitch. I said no, ma'am.
Toe up already.
Did you get got by them girls who be like, come take a shot with
No,
us?
because someone already had told me about that.
Oh,
They was trying it the whole time.
Okay,
And
hold
then
on.
there
Let's
was- look,
reset. Hold
there
on,
was
Mo.
one-
Let's reset. Let's
What?
let everybody know where you were at for your birthday.
I was in New Orleans.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nolan.
Had a little girls trip, and yeah, man, we went to bourbon pretty much every night. And man, okay, so they were telling me already about the shot girls. And it was funny because it was Saturday night. That was the night we were bringing in my birthday because my birthday was Sunday.
Mhm.
So one of the girls that I was with, Sabrina, was like, she's lit. You know what I'm saying? We lit this later on in the night. And she's egging this girl on to give me the shots. And I was like, no, bitch. Like, first of all, who paid for these shots? Because I'm not paying for these $20 little, flutes.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
so
god.
she's grabbing my head, like literally, like, come on, take this shot. She got him in her mouth, like trying to make me take him out her mouth. And like 2 shots. And I was like, no, bitch, no. I'm in a headlock, bitch.
Hilarious.
Like this is a sexual
Cause
assault.
I know, like,
Mo was yelling, "No
cause I
Diddy, no
definitely got
Diddy."
caught up. I definitely got caught. Me and Raven was on fucking bourbon, drunk as fuck, and these bitches just come like, come take a shot with us. Come take a
Mm-hmm.
shot.
Yep.
They was like $20.
No, for
Damn,
real. You
bitch.
get got quick. And I'm like, bitch, I might as well just go to the bar and grab me a drink. So that did happen. I fell in the street on the first night, y'all. I was drunk.
Oh my
Oh
And
my
God.
god.
I got a
Ew.
scab.
No.
I got a scab on my knee that
No.
was
Oh, not
bleeding.
hitting the floor on bourbon mode. That's
Mo,
No, I
you
was,
have
yeah.
been known as a faller, Mo.
I be falling sometimes. I
Mo's a
do.
faller.
I do be taking a tumble here and there. And so, yeah, the street was a little broken in that little section. I had some sandals. I said, doo doo. And I fell on the
Falling
ground.
down is crazy, Mo.
That.
no, and especially on bourbon, I couldn't think of a worse place to like hit the ground.
I was actually on the way back to my room. That's okay. So it
Oh,
wasn't necessarily on bourbon, but it was still in the streets. Walking
Yeah.
back to the room, I was like, "It's time." See, that's how I know I'm in the right direction because it's time to go home.
Mhm.
But overall, we had a good time. We was out there litty. You know what I'm saying? We had a good birthday. It was hot as fuck out there. Very very hot.
At night,
Um,
it's still hot.
yeah, still hot as hell. I basically just kind of like surrendered to the sweat. I was like,
Oh, for sure.
I'm finna just be sweating,
We
like, and that's
outside.
okay.
You was outside. Yeah.
I was outside. We was watching a
and
like
drunk.
and drunk. You know what I'm saying? I didn't drink no more frozen shit after that first night. I said I'm gonna stick to one. Oh, and I was also drinking tequila the first night. That was my one rule. I was like, I will drink, but I don't want to drink tequila. Why everybody buying me shots of tequila the first night? That's what got me fucked up.
That's the
Mm.
best
So
Yeah,
thing.
that'll do it.
after that, I was
No, but
like,
you were supposed to get fucked up, so I'm glad you did. Cause I'm like, I didn't get to see too much video proof. I'm like, what Mo
I
doing?
know, and y'all, if
What
you
he
know
doing?
to know me is to know that I really am not the best at having my phone out, like for real. Like I've never been that person for real. Like I'll get a cute little boomerang here and there, but I'm not the documenter friend. So like, I really had to depend on Bree and Sabrina. I was like, y'all got to send me the shit that y'all got, like, and even then they was fucked up too. So
No facts. I was like, it was barely any shit on Breeze. So I was like, maybe they just drunk already.
yeah, we was
But
out
I
there
feel it. No,
lit. It
because I
was
know my
fun.
first night on bourbon, I was fucking because I think as soon as like we got into the city, like midday, I think we hit bourbon midday and we went back at night. And so we was hella fucked up. We was drunk. We was there for a wedding. So we was drunk for all the shenanigans. And I
It's
remember I was
wig in the suit.
literally I was throwing up on bourbon. Like I was outside just puking. I remember all these girls came. They were
Naturally.
like, "Where's your friend? Oh my god, you're alone!" Like we're and Raven was literally sitting down at the restaurant because we was in a restaurant. And I was like, "Fuck, I gotta throw up." So I just went outside. Was throwing up. I remember the police were like, "Do you need water? Like, can we help you?" I was like, "Wow, these police are so helpful."
No, it's because
Yeah.
they honestly they get to do whatever the fuck they want out there, low key. We going to the bar, walking out with our drinks. I was like, we can't do this shit in Texas. We
Mm-hmm.
cannot do this in Texas. And so like
Right.
I'm accustomed I'm accustomed to like, the times in Texas and shit like that. So naturally about 3:34 is like my cap. I'm like, I like it's a wrap by now. And that's normally the time we've been out the bar, we on the way somewhere, eating and going home, like in Texas. So I was trying to get they ended up having a night where they was out
Mo
to
was
like
like, "Oh,
7
these niggas
a.m.
still turning
I
up."
know that's right. I'm like, did y'all find y'all some Louisiana niggas though?
Yeah, there was a lot of like I mean, there wasn't as many locals that at
Mm,
least I met. It was a lot of people that like wasn't from there but lived out there. So it
okay.
was kind of like, okay, like, but they was pressed. I was just tweeting about this because I'm like, why? What is going on with these men? They be pressed today. Like, now also I'm like, so you not fucking with me? Like, so you just not gonna talk to me? So you just gonna talk to somebody else? Like, re-
Precisely.
relax. Like, please calm down.
I've been
Oh,
telling you,
hold on,
niggas
Mo.
are
Hold
out here
on,
looking
Mo.
for
That's
love. They
next
looking for
week.
the one.
I want to talk about that next week. Hold that energy. Save that energy, Mo.
No, because like I just want to say
Save
this.
that.
Now
They're
Naomi,
like, pick
Naomi has
me,
Go
been
ahead.
yeah, Naomi has
choose
been talking
me.
about how they want to be in love. They really want to be in love out here. Like some dude was talking my ear off, to the point where I was starting to lose my buzz. I was like, all right, like you need to move. Cause he was there talking about something like, yo, like, I could really tell that you just this and I'm really trying to this and I know you got a good heart. I was like, bro, like, please.
I'm a
Nigga
bitch.
was feeling your energy.
I'm a
He was
heartbreaker.
feeling that energy.
He was doing too much. He was like, when he just broke up with his married girlfriend for the 19th time. I said, oh,
Oh
No.
my God.
sir, you worried about the wrong shit, trying to be in
He
love
came in
immediately.
waving the red flag. Like, put that flag away. Like,
I had
hide
to
it at
go.
least.
I gave Bree that
No,
look. I was
actually,
like,
thank you for that. Like that even just cemented that.
Oh my gosh.
I gave Bree the look like, please, let's go. Oh my God.
Amen.
Yeah, what the hell? Hold on, Tierra. What the hell? Stopping to say hi, going to sleep. Ain't that a
Hey
bitch?
Tiara.
Look, Tiara is tired.
That's
Okay,
I
she
know
got
she
to get
needs to
her
get
sleep.
her. She needs to
that's
rest
Sleepy ass.
properly.
That's your new nickname on the show. Sleepy ass Tierra.
Well, she needs to get her rest. She's really
No,
busy.
I don't want to hear
she's
that
growing
shit.
TT's baby.
Goddamn, no, sleepy ass Tierra. Stay your ass up. That baby kicking. All right, let's go. Let's go. Can we get let me see if I got anything before we get to the topic. Hold on. Let me check. Oh, this gonna get us into the topic. So I want to get to the main topic tonight, talking about things or stuff that I said I would never do. Right? Shit that you said, man, when I get in a relationship, I mean, I would never do no shit like that. And then you fucked around and did it. Or something maybe you never even thought about that, like, subconsciously, you're like, damn, I never would have thought that I would have did some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But before we get there, I want to start off with a IG video from Plies. Shout out to Plies. Plies, if you don't follow Plies, that motherfucker's a good follow. That's a funny motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. But he had a good video right here, and this kind of leads into the topic. So I want to play this first from Plies, and then we'll jump right into things that you said that you wouldn't do, and then you kind of did it. So here we go. Let's go. Let's talk to Plies first. Talk to him, Plies. Goddamn it.
Fellas, listen. I'm gonna tell you one of the many ways to find out. So some of y'all probably already know this, but I got all kind of motherfucking games I play. Is at this point is motherfucking mandatory. But I'm finna tell you how you know if your motherfucking girl is nosy as fuck. Like I'm finna tell you, all you got to do. Where my other phone at? Is motherfucking call her, and when she answer that phone and say, "Hello," don't say nothing. Don't say shit. Just hold the phone. She gonna say, "Hello." Don't say shit again. And if she hold that motherfucking phone, she thinking you motherfucking just pocket dial her. And if she stay on that other end of that motherfucking phone listening, you know she motherfucking knows. I do it all the motherfucking time. And the minute they hold that motherfucking phone for 30, 20, 30 seconds, not saying nothing, trying to be motherfucking nosy in my motherfucking business, I politely, at the end of them 20 something, say, you know what, you knows it in a motherfucker. And I just hang up. I don't even want to motherfucking talk. At that point, I know you motherfucking knows it. That's all you got to do. Call her motherfucking phone, and the minute she say hello, and if you want to really spice it up, cut on some music in the motherfucking background. That's cut on some music.
Yo, I support that message. God damn it, I support that message. Especially, don't tell me y'all don't support that. Come on now. Come on, man.
I don't
if y'all
support
call
that
somebody,
I am definitely finna listen if I
Yeah. I'm like, were we supposed to be ashamed? Was that supposed to be a shame? Like, yeah, I'm listening. The fuck is you doing? You pocket dialing me? What's going on? Hello?
Nah, I wouldn't be sitting on the phone for a fucking minute. I'd be hello. I'm gonna scream your name. Like, okay. What the fuck's going on?
You said I'm gonna scream your name?
Because I feel like, okay, maybe it's just in its pocket. I be seeing the shit like it's a FaceTime. I'm seeing the shit moving. I'm like, okay, call back. But if it's my boyfriend, I'm definitely allowed to be nosy. Like if it's just some nigga like I'm talking to, then hey, Sure, you can call me out and be like, oh, you nosy girl, whatever. Okay. Like I don't make no claims to men that's not mine. But if you is my nigga, then yeah, I got every right to be nosy.
And I'ma listen. And especially too, if you pocket dial me and leave me a message, I'm be like, and I'm gonna
Turn
listen
that
to
shit
the whole
all the
thing
way
too.
up.
Right.
See?
Put it on speaker so I can put it to my ear.
See? How long you stand on that phone until the phone hang up, Mo?
No, I wouldn't stay on till it hangs up. I want to say maybe the longest I've ever been on the phone listening to maybe some potential pocket dial was probably a good maybe 30 seconds, 30, 40 seconds. Unless it start getting good. Then I'm like,
Unless it start getting good. Hold on.
I start hearing voices and conversations. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, now Mo trying to figure out, hold on, where he at? Who is
What's
that?
being said? Who is that? Yeah.
See,
no
that's
facts.
crazy.
I don't think I've ever gotten like a true pocket dial where I've heard like some other shit popping, because that would definitely like, let me sit and listen.
Right. Let me make sure he's exactly where he's supposed to be. Oh, okay. Sound like he's working. Cool. I'm gonna hang
Hold on. I want to hear Lionel on this. This is interesting for Lionel. So Lionel, your lady, you get a call from your lady and she's not, you saying hello, no response. Are you just hanging up and calling her back like, yo? Or are you just like listening in? What you do, Lionel? Like first reaction.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up and call back. Like,
there you go, Lionel.
What if she was like, but my nigga, like, my nigga, are you just gonna hang up? You gonna try to see what are you listening to what she's gonna say?
He's gonna be like, hello, 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 hello. What are we doing?
You can't do all them hellos because you're gonna be missing out on the word.
No, you definitely not gonna
like,
hello.
I'm like straight to the point, like the bottom line. Like, what is this call about? Especially when it comes to being on the phone, because I just don't like talking on the phone. Like, so I'm literally gonna like hang up and be like, did you hello? Like, did you mean to call me? What's going on? Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Like, meanwhile, I'm just like watching YouTube.
We already know Torian's answer. Torian ain't never hanging up.
I am hanging up right away.
That's cap, Torian.
I don't like being on the phone. I'm like,
you're not on the phone. You just
like,
listening.
thank you. Hello, thank you.
I didn't want to talk to that motherfucker anyway.
Right. I'm like, thank you. Yes.
Like, oh, it's not a real call. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it
funny.
depends on the mood though, because you might catch me one day. I mean, if I hear somebody, yeah, I'm listening. But if I don't hear nothing, I'm hanging up right away. I'm like, good. Cause shit, I finish my show, turn my show back on.
Oh my God.
But if I heard some
like
shit,
somebody kidnapped me and they just cover my mouth, I'm gonna say anything. I'm trying to scream for help. Y'all like, click on the phone.
Right.
Like, okay, do not call Torian, don't call Lionel. Because
I might check the location. Look, I'll check the location after I hang up, but
crazy.
I'm definitely gonna hang the fuck up if I don't hear no talking. Because sometimes you can know when it's like a pocket dial too. Like,
but if it's your nigga,
I'm gonna hang up. But if I hear some talking, I'm listening for the whole time to that phone. But I hear like what you say, they'll be like, yeah, my nigga. I'm like, your nigga what? What's the name? You better say my name. You better say my name. Like, you better say my name.
That's funny.
Yeah. Like my nigga, like no, not Torian, the other one.
Oh shit.
No, or the friend is like, which
screen
one?
record. Screen
Who
record.
are you talking about? You always got a new nigga. Like,
I'm like, get the keys. Where the location at? I'm gonna drive and pull up.
No, and then you gotta call back and they're like, hey babe. I was just talking about
babe,
you.
hilarious.
I was just talking about you.
Like, hell no.
Like it was a test. I saw flies talking about it.
Okay,
right.
Let me test out these bullets. Like shit. Let me test out my aim. See no.
Nah, but I definitely don't fuck with that testing.
Go ahead. My fault.
I don't like that testing shit. Like when people be trying to like, let me test my partner.
What was that video that I had seen? I don't know if I ever sent it to y'all, but it was Damn, I wish I could remember exactly what it was because I would send it to the chat. But it was a girl telling a story about that. How like I guess some dude was trying to like test her, and he was like, um, something about like just trying to see if she would hit back, like like hit him back about something, and oh well that was a test, and then she didn't respond to the
Right. I
test.
remember that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she didn't respond when he was like, "Oh, that was a test." She was like, "Okay, I'm not texting back." And then he called her the next day, like, "Oh, so yeah, I was testing you," and she was like, "Okay, like, why are you calling my phone?"
Right.
That's me,
That's
cause
such
like,
a
what
turn
you?
off. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, that's me. Like, don't. First of all, don't play on my phone. Second of all, like, I'm very much, and I say it. I feel like I've said this on the show plenty of times. Like, I'm very much that person that it's like once I and I'm very quick to peep. But once I peep that you doing something for a particular reaction, I'm gonna do everything in my power to give you the opposite reaction. Now I'm
that's
just now
crazy.
I'm now I'm going against it because now
So
I see what
Mo
you're
just
trying to
being
do.
petty.
Yes,
No, like she a Gemini.
and will. Cause don't try to act like you finna pull one over on me. I'm already watching. I'm 2 steps ahead. Okay. And I'm making the decision for both of us now.
Right.
Hold on, let's go here. I think
Oh.
you wouldn't do
Your stuff is breaking up.
Right. It was like that's what it sounded like.
Roy, can you hear us?
Now okay, well, we can't hear
Okay,
you.
we can't hear you anymore. It was skipping at first, and now it's just
He's
gone.
testing us.
Right.
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 Uh,
Let's see what we hear. I don't even know what the topic was for tonight.
It was something you said you wouldn't ever do,
Oh
and
yeah,
ended up
because he did
doing.
tell us to ask. Nope, still nothing right.
Damn.
Sorry guys, we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Right. Let this
Make
be a
sure
great
that
time
y'all
to
like,
reset.
comment, and subscribe.
Yep.
Make sure y'all in the chat making it liver than what it was.
Period.
Tap in with no strings. Follow us on Instagram. I think it's underscores no string. Is that what it is?
Wait, did y'all put a post up?
Or is it just no strings?
Yo, y'all hear me?
yeah, we
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
yes
we good.
underscore no strings.
My fault. I apologize. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all follow us, comment, all that fly stuff. We do appreciate it. But before we get to shit that y'all said that y'all wouldn't do that y'all did, I think sometimes in this type of topic, it's easier to recognize like friends, right? Is there anything that y'all saw? I ain't saying y'all gotta call no names, but I'm just saying, is there anything that y'all saw a friend do one time and y'all was like, damn, I never thought that motherfucker would do nothing like that. I never thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker a sucker for love now. I got several. First of all, which one of y'all got the damn fire shit in the background going off?
Naomi.
Is that Naomi?
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I'm like, because it's really just my son running bathwater. That's interesting.
Oh, no. We don't hear that. I'm playing with you. But
So
no,
what?
I'm just saying, have y'all ever had any friends though that like y'all was like, damn, Torin, you was like, damn, I ain't think. I'm just gonna say her name. I'm not saying this is her. I'm not giving this example. Don't get mad. But you was like, damn, I never thought Tierra would do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you had to have an example, like something somewhere you like, man, shit, okay, she putting up with that, or he putting up with that. That's crazy.
No,
Right.
I didn't peg them for that.
Tierra. Damn, I think this bitch talk to no nigga with 4 kids.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Tierra, not my Tierra. What is going on? What is happening?
Dick too good.
Right?
Dick
I
too
was
good.
like, God, I lost her.
You deserve better. God damn it. No, that's funny. But no, that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got several homeboys that I sat back and I said, damn, dude, I feel like you're doing a lot. Like, nigga, maybe I thought more highly of you than you did. Shit, you out here chasing her. Okay, I guess.
No, another one I would be crazy. I'll be like, oh my gosh, I never thought Naomi would marry a white man.
Hilarious.
And baby, I never will. I'm like, and that's the one thing I never will do. Cause I was trying to think of like some nevers, cause I really don't got no nevers.
You ain't got no nevers, Naomi. You ain't got nothing that you said, yo, in a relationship. I don't think I would ever do that, or I wouldn't go for that in a relationship. It ain't gotta be nothing that you said, like just something you say, like, yo, if I'm in a relationship, nah, I wouldn't do that. Like, okay, I'll start with me. I'm gonna start with the man in the mirror. Shout out to Michael, right? I said, yo, I would never date. Two things I said. I said I would never date nobody that smokes cigarettes, and I would never date a dancer. And I'd be goddamn if I didn't date a dancer who smoked cigarettes.
Damn, that's a double whammy.
Wait, dancer is like somebody who just dances like a stripper.
Oh,
Well,
first
he
of all,
was mean a stripper.
I'm trying to be politically correct. The bitch wasn't doing ballet, Torian.
No,
Goddamn.
facts. She's like, what's wrong with ballet?
Bro, I'm like, what's wrong with breakdancing?
Yeah.
Little pop lock you. What's wrong?
Nah, I was just like, cause like me, I mean, you know, I had my little time where I smoke squares. Every now and again, I enjoy a good drag for a couple drags from a square just for old time's sake. But like, I try to stay away from it because, like, cigarettes for me is like drugs for other niggas. I don't like cigarettes. I love cigarettes. I just love the whole. I like the way they look. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand.
No,
I come from.
make you look so cool. Really
I'm just saying, like, I come from the generation where like they used to sell us cigarettes on the damn ice cream truck. I come from that generation where like it was like brought up like with us, like, you know what I'm saying? You used to see the dudes walking around with the packs of cigarettes rolled up in their sleeves and shit. Like, oh shit, I can't wait till I get older. And then that shit went. Wow. Yeah, I'm old. God damn it, I'm old, nigga. God damn it. You used to see, yeah. I thought smoking cigarettes was so cool, but yeah, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to date a woman that smokes cigarettes. I don't like that. And I wouldn't date a woman that's a dancer. And then I dated a woman who smoked cigarettes that was a stripper. And I was like, ah, damn, look at me now. Look at me now. Oh.
Growth.
Yeah. That wasn't growth. That was regression. That shit was regression, Torian.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. I hope she's doing okay in life, but Jesus Christ.
Progression. That was progression.
No, that shit was craziness is what it was. But ain't nothing, I know y'all done had something. Y'all didn't say, Mo, you didn't clearly said, I wouldn't go through nobody's phone. And then you found yourself, you know, like taking a peek.
I don't know if I ever said I wouldn't never do that.
Yeah, that was me. I said I would. And I did. It got my feelings hurt. Now I'm back to I would never do that shit again.
Sometimes I've been needing my feelings hurt to go ahead and keep pushing.
No, like, and I would never say never about that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. Like, so it's just like I would never. Like, I've never said that I would just like straight up leave a nigga if he cheated. I've never said that I would like not cheat. I never said that I would like shit. I'm kind of. That's probably why I stay in the green. Like, I'm kind of open and understanding.
Naomi say like, anything's possible, goddamn.
I'm like, you know what? And I could say maybe and I don't even know if this was a never. Like, I don't like fucking with niggas that fuck with white bitches. And I did find out this nigga that I really fucked with. Like, this was like one of my favorite niggas for a minute. He ended up getting this white bitch pregnant. And I was just like, wow. You be fucking with white bitches. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, that's Dallas niggas for you.
Oh damn! Shout out slander all of Dallas. There you go.
Now and like he would be so upset if I call him Dallas because he's technically a Fort Worth nigga. But you know, all that shit's saying to me.
Yeah.
Oh, he a Fort Worth nigga.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he a Fort Worth nigga.
Yeah, that shit like an hour away from Dallas.
I mean, it depends. It'd be like a 45-minute drive from Arlington.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
So depending on where he is in
yeah, it depends where you at in Dallas.
Or, is he off of 820? He sound like an 820 nigga.
No, he was right off 20.
Oh, right off 20? Oh, hold on.
I'll take 20 West straight from Arlington, straight to motherfucking Fort Worth.
Was he close? Oh, how far from Arlington off 20?
I said it's like 40, 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, I was a Fort Worth nigga for a long time. I used to live in Fort Worth. I used to have it popping. Shout out to Fort Worth. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Shout out to my Fort Worth goons out there, man. Shout out to my niggas in Stop 6 out here, man. Um, okay, let's go. Shout out. I want to hear from real quick. What's some shit that you said that you, or maybe you didn't say it, but you just thought like I would, you thought like I would never do that, and then like you found yourself like doing some shit. You like, damn, this is crazy. I would never do no shit like this. Showing up at a nigga's job. Go ahead, Torn.
Oh, you said me. I'm like, I ain't hit the name.
You nigga.
It's hard. I don't know. I mean, I always used to say like I would never like ghost anybody, and I end up doing that shit.
Damn.
Who I really did genuinely like him, but I just got scared I was going through some shit, and I like did ghost him, and it was bad too because he was like calling me, texting me. I'm just looking at the phone like
Aquarius ass.
Oh I was my friend like, girl, he going crazy.
Damn, not talking about it live.
That's crazy.
That's
I was like, wow.
Like maybe he really does care about me.
Wow. I didn't think he cared this much.
That's crazy, Torian. You out here ghosting?
Not anymore, because I don't.
Okay, can we ask? Can we?
Yeah,
you don't got to answer.
I just won't talk to them at all.
You don't got to answer, Torian, if you don't want to. But can we ask? What was the ghosting? You think that you were ready for like something serious or what?
Yeah. I mean, I talked about this before on a show about him.
I don't remember, nigga.
It was just like I was going through stuff with my mom, like being sick.
Okay.
And then he did tell me he loves me like pretty fast.
Oh yeah, I remember this guy.
And he was trying to say it was a joke as friends, but then like when we was like linking up and we was kissing and shit, he said it then. I'm like, no, nigga, you really mean that shit.
Oh, he said he loved you. I love you as a friend while kissing is crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, so yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was still young too.
After how long? How long we talking? 2 months, a month, 3 months?
That was like 2 months, maybe 2.5 months.
That is pretty quick to pull the I love you out. I love you out. 2 months is pretty quick. Especially how old were you at the time?
I was
mid-20s,
late
20s.
I like 21, 20.
Oh
no,
shit.
21. I was like 22, 23. Probably.
And 23. How old was the other person?
He was probably like a year younger than me.
Oh damn. Yeah, so that's super quick. That's at that age, yeah, that's super quick.
Yeah, but I
if you feel it, you have to say it.
Right, I get that now.
You have to say it.
I don't know.
That was my Chicago, babe. That was my Chicago.
Oh shit. Let's go, Lionel. What was some shit that you thought that you would never say or never do, and then now you out? You said, man, I'd never go to Six Flags dressed alike, and now y'all out here wearing matching goddamn tops. What would you say?
That's a
Lionel said, I'm with all the shits.
Hard question. I just pretty much know my body, so I'm not gonna just be saying like I'm not gonna do some shit that like chances are you might end up doing this at some point. Like, I kind of know my like parameters. Like I know what I'm capable of, and like the realm that I like operate in. So I know some shit can go like that, or some shit can go like that. Like I know what it's gonna look like for sure. So I really haven't like anything that like I've experienced or like any perspectives that I've had. Like I definitely could see myself having. In hindsight or in like foreshadowing, so it's not like I'm never gonna like anything that I would say never to would like potentially just be like accepting like to be cheated on, because I feel like that just comes down to like I just feel so much more like value in myself. Like I feel like it's fine, you don't got to do that. Like go get your life, and then I'm gonna do the same. So like that's like the one thing that I like know is like a deal breaker. And it's just like in the name of like that's just like
no, and I feel like that's
like you got the free will
that can get broken. That's
but
an
you got
easy never that can get broken.
But it's like perspective, because I have like
I know, but it's perspective that you've never even been there in that situation.
Well, I've kind of been close to where like I'm talking to someone, like they like talking to multiple people, like talking to someone else, and like I know how that makes me feel and how I handle that. Like, there's no, despite how interested I was in this person, there's just no room for me to be like operating where somebody else is like even considered. Because I'm just not that kind of person. Like, you could play that game with somebody else. Like, maybe someone else is like, oh, it's just talking, or like, yeah, it's just a one off. Like, you can cheat and come back home, like whatever that. But I'm like, that's just a non-negotiable for me. Like, I don't give a fuck if I have to like, which I don't see myself doing either. But if I have to cry myself to sleep for like 100 days, then that's just what it'll be. It won't be like
Damn,
me
a
saying
Like
hundred.
like,
it's actually
yeah,
365
it's
days.
like three
You'll
sixty
be
five. Yeah, well,
crying. I'm
it'll be
like,
three
nigga, you don't
sixty.
even like crying. You're definitely
Right, but
going
we'll
back
be
Wow.
home.
crying down. We'll
No,
be
you will
tears
go back
down.
home. You're like, no, I'm
No,
not gonna cry this shit out.
no, I'm so serious.
We're
Like,
just
that's
gonna
just
work it
one of those
out. We're gonna
things.
talk
I
this
don't,
shit
cause
out.
just because it's just like it's a matter of value. Like, I
She
know
didn't
what the
mean
fuck I
to.
am in this bitch. Well then, but that's the thing. I'm not like somebody that you gonna play with. Like, I don't play those kinds of things. So it's like if I'm interested in you, you're interested in me, and like we're taking this serious, and like that's something to be valued to me. So it's not like some like, oh shit, oh wow, this just happened, like, and this guy, like, that's no, we ain't having those kind of slip ups when I'm in the picture. Fuck that. But like that's so like that's the one thing where I'm like, and no, like we can be cool. Like maybe we can be cool in a minute. Like give it some time, and then we can be cool. But everything else, I'm pretty much like, I don't really have a never. Like I don't really have like any solids besides that. Cause I'm like pretty much,
Man,
I
look,
know my body for sure.
I
I'm
had
like,
so
'cause
many,
that
so
one's
much
not
shit
even a
that I
never for me. So I truly don't have no nevers.
I had a bunch, and I probably most of them shits and then yeah, then changed at this point. Cause I thought I was like, man, I wouldn't, I would never do no shit like this. I would, I would never
I would
try to.
never care about a bitch.
Yeah, that's true as well. But like, I wouldn't, hey, I would never just, ride by her house at night to see if her car there, and then, I'm in the whip. Hey, nigga, turn right here. Let me see. Yeah, bitch still ain't home. She a lying motherfucker, right?
And
Shit
see,
go.
that's
Listen,
crazy. Cause and see, then at that point, from like the outside, it's like, okay, now you know that this person is lying. Like now, what do you do? Like now you know this person don't value you enough to just be real and like tell you the truth. So what's
look,
next? And then if you ever, for me, if I feel the like the inkling to like, damn, I feel like I feel like I need to pull up and see. Like if I feel that inkling, that's enough for me. Like I trust my intuition enough to be like, nah, I'm not pulling up to shit. Like you just, I'm not gonna fuck with you. That's just that. Like I'm not gonna operate in that space of like, and like fuck that. Once I've sensed like any kind of shit like that, then that's a deal breaker.
see, I remember like being a young dude, and I'm not saying this is you, like I'm just talking about me specifically. I remember like not believing in the power of love. I remember being like not thinking that like love, like how like when you're a young person and like they say like you don't know what love is yet, right? Like, oh, hey, you only been in puppy love, right?
Hmm.
Right? Like I remember the first time, like looking back, I was like, oh shit, like yeah, I was caught up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize it at the time, but like yeah, I was fucked up. I remember doing shit that I thought that like looking back, God damn, what the fuck was I doing that for? And it's like, oh nigga, you was really like out there. Your nose, she had your nose wide open, my nigga. Right? Like
Nah, love
got me,
will really have you doing some crazy dumbass shit. Like,
yeah,
oh
got me
wow.
doing
You
things
see it
I
once you're on the other side, you're like, oh wow,
yeah, like
that's
you don't realize
interesting.
it at first. Like, oh y'all in
That's
love.
interesting.
Yeah, because you like some like when you're in it, sometimes you don't really like what it is. You just like upset and mad, and then like you like, oh shit. I was like, I really love this motherfucker. That's why I was like that. Cause like if it's somebody that you don't fuck with like that, you just keep it pushing, right? It's like if it's somebody that, like you don't care about, it's so easy to just like move on. But
Well,
if
depending what it is, that because you have to love yourself too. So it's like some like emotional thing, or like, wow, you made an honest mistake. We're humans. Oh shit, you just gotta grow through that. Like I see you. You just gotta grow through that. Like
I got
I
to get
got
to
your
the
back.
point of
But
growth though,
that's
I'm not
totally
there yet
different.
though.
That's different from like, bitch, you try it. Like I'm not moving the fool. Nobody's gonna just like, I'm
Hey,
not a pushover. Nobody. I don't know what kind of fuckery it would take to like convince me that like being cheated on is like, oh, that's fine. Like love will cover that. Like that's not like for me because like somebody said a long ass time ago, bitch, love should have brought you home. Like I don't want to hear no love shit because you done fucked a whole other
Tony
person
Braxton.
now, and I want to tell. But love, no, you done already fucked. Like we talking about what? No, why? Like love should have had you here. That's
But
the
what
bottom
if
line.
you but what if you weren't totally up on all the shit that you're supposed to be doing? So what if you weren't doing your due diligence truly and like
Yeah,
you can accept that maybe you weren't present, maybe you
yeah.
weren't given the time, maybe you weren't given the attention, maybe you weren't given the love, maybe you weren't like
That's
Right.
so
doing
fair.
none of
That's
that,
fair.
and
No,
then
that's
like
fair.
something like that opens it up. So like
That's
how do you move
fair.
to when it's like, we both kind of fucked up here.
That's fair, but like that's not ultimately the thing would be like I'm sitting at the bar right now at the island. We gotta sit right here on these bar stools and you gotta let me know. Same way that I'm gonna sit you right here at these bar stools and be like, hey, I don't feel like you hitting the mark all the way in this area. Like for me,
Mhm.
this X, Y, and Z is missing. Like I just gotta be real about, and I'm very straight to the point. That's why like, you can talk to me about a thing, and like hours later, like you see the difference. Like you'll see the difference because I'm like, received. I feel that. I got you. So like that's
Right.
all it takes. It's a whole. That's why I'm like, it's a whole other thing. Love is out of the equation once you like decide to take that route. Like now you just like, okay, you kind of are moving single. You kind of are moving as if it's just like you. So I'm like, okay, cool, let it be that. But I feel that I know how people can get. I mean, not to say I know, but I could see how somebody gets to a point of like it's just like something missing, and then oh shit, this person's providing it. But like that's crazy. That's very dangerous waters to navigate. You either like have that conversation with your person, like here's what we got to be, like where we need to be, or the other
Mhm.
conversation that's like it's not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. So, like I'm just gonna bounce. Like you're cool. Like we should probably just leave it like where we are before it goes south or before
Right.
anybody's
Right. Right.
disrespected, like for real. Like those is but one of the convers it's gonna be a hard conversation. Cause it's not some that's why I was saying like maybe 2 episodes ago, like relationships just don't be like and somebody was saying love should be easy. It's supposed to be easy, smooth sailing, like it's not supposed to be hard. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, no, you have to have really hard conversations sometimes, and like you gotta be vulnerable with feelings that's like, damn, I would never want anybody to know this, like, or that I'm feeling like this. Like, you gotta be that like way, and you gotta have those conversations and be that open to like birth connection and vulnerability is the conduit to connection. So you gotta come like that, and then you guys either make it or you break, and like that's okay. Like it's okay to break. Like I'm not, but if it's love, like we were saying, like if it's love, then like it's nothing to say, hey, I might not be being fulfilled like this. This is something we got to be like like more aware of for sure. Like otherwise, it's gonna cost us this. Like, and this means something. Like we don't want to go that route, right? Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Do you need that? Like that's how you gotta come.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just put the link in there, man. If anybody out there that wanted to jump on and like give something that y'all want to tell us that like, hey man, I said I would never do this, and I ended up doing that shit. Let me know. Jump in the chat, like make that shit pop. You dig? I'll say this, Lionel. I'm not disagreeing with nothing that you said, but I just think that like sometimes, man, I know I can probably name before me and my wife got back to, and I say got back together because I've been knowing my wife since we were both teenagers.
Yeah.
Um, like there were, I would say, 2 times where like stuff happened that like in my brain I thought that like nah, I would never do nothing like that, or like I wouldn't trip. Maybe that's a better thing. I thought I wouldn't trip about certain stuff, right? Like some of the stuff you saying, I was like, man, I wouldn't trip. Like, broad did that, man. Fuck it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you think that like, but like, man, without knowing it sometimes, like a motherfucker can do some shit and you be like, oh shit, hold on, no, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you're like, oh shit, I'm out here tripping. And like you might have to catch yourself, like, yeah, you know what? I got outside myself.
Oh,
Like,
for sure. Yeah, I've lost my cool account. Like
right.
I probably can't even count on one hand. Yeah, but like that's like but then again, like I said, it's not like I would ever say I'm never gonna trip. Like I know my body, like I know like especially younger me, like so I would react to shit versus like now like thinking about something and like communicating through a thing. like initially I would react. And I was just like pop my shit, and I would feel like justified, so I can come like this, da 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 da. Da. Yeah, I'm like that. So I'm like, I've just grown out of that. Like, but that's real. Like, I wouldn't say, but I would not say that I wouldn't see myself tripping like that. Like, I was spazzing at some points, but like, thank God for the spasms because now I recognize, oh shit, you were spazzing. Let's not spaz out next time. You know.
See,
Like,
my
so I
problem.
feel that. I feel that.
My problem becomes like, see, like I would get upset because I'd be like, damn, man, like, it's gonna sound fucked up, but like if I found out, like if me and Mo are together, right, and then like it comes out that like Mo is like fucking with somebody else. Like
Hmm.
now I'm upset because I was like, well, shit, I had chances to cheat and I didn't do it. Like that's fucked up that you was cheating and I could have cheated and I didn't. Fuck that, man. Like now I'm more upset now because like I
See,
was
that's
playing
wasted
this shit right.
energy. Just be free. Just be free.
Right.
Nah,
Like you
nah,
free
that's
now.
fucked
You can
up.
get
She
your
got
life.
one up on me.
No, you
No.
literally can just go back to the person. Like, you know what? Hey, this person is still single anyway.
Yeah.
Like I did peep some other
Nah, I
ones
feel
out
fucked
there.
up. Like
Yeah.
I got a real thing with like people believing that like they got one over on me. That's like a real, that for me that like fucks my
It
mental up.
triggers. It triggers you.
Yeah, for you to like leave here, like put it like this, right? That's why like now when I play basketball against like if a dude that like is not really good in basketball is in there like, hey man, you want to play one-on-one real quick? In my brain, I say I need to beat him 15-0 to let him know there's a difference between me and him so that he never makes this mistake again. It can't be like some dudes like, man, he just like he not that good. He just want to play pickup. No. I need to let you know to never make this mistake again in life. Right? Like that's how weird I am. I'm like, no. You need
Now,
to
weird
know that
as
you
fuck.
fucked up.
He's like, I just went to play some basketball, man. He's like, good game.
Right.
You're like, fuck out of here.
And I'm like, no, nigga, you fucked up. You picked the wrong nigga, and now I gotta show you what happens, right?
Like that
Now,
was a good game. You gotta have that Goku type of mentality.
no,
You
I
gotta
don't
Yeah,
be
I
know.
like,
will
oh,
beat
that was
you.
nice training. Like it was
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
It
No,
That's
was
what
good
I will
going with
beat you,
you.
but I'm gonna give you pointers as to like how you can grow your game. But
no,
I'm
I'm not
gonna
gonna give
beat
you
you for
shit.
sure.
I'm going to
Like this is
beat you
what you're doing
15.
wrong,
I want
or
to
this would
beat you
help.
15-0 and never say a single word to you. And I want you to look at my face the whole time and be like, oh shit, this nigga flipped the switch. Yeah, nigga, don't
No,
ever come
I'm
up.
like, this nigga might come shoot up the gym.
I
I'm
know
not
he
coming to
might be one of
this.
them
Like,
ones,
I'm not coming to this one no more.
especially in San Antonio. Like this might be one of them ones I be hearing about
No,
in the
Ah,
I'm like, make sure he don't go to his backpack,
no,
y'all.
man.
news.
I'm just
Did you bring it
saying,
back
man,
up?
maybe look, like the great Lenny Williams said, maybe y'all never been in love like I've been in love before, right? But like, man, like that's one of the greatest, that might be the greatest love song of all time. When this nigga just is out there, sometimes you get lonely. You dig what I'm saying? Like sometimes, man, you get in love or you fall in love and you didn't even recognize that it was going that way, and now you in love, and now you in too deep. And now you just in too deep. You know what I'm saying? And now, you find yourself at 2:45 a.m. driving to the strip club to pick her up, and you just realize I'm in too deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm in too deep. Now it's 3 a.m. I'm out here picking this bitch up from stripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
That's her prime hour. She leaving too early. She
I'm out
must
here
love you
making a
too,
pickup.
missing out on
No,
that
I feel
money.
like if you ask Tamara, like Tamara probably would have some things that's like, I would have never seen myself doing this. But like then but
You know what's crazy?
I'm much wilder than she is. So like
Come get her
she
on the
is
show. Go get
she's
her.
a lot more
Ah,
grounded. Like she's a lot more
hey, I
grounded.
feel the
So
same way about my wife, Lion. If I bring my wife on here, she'll probably do some shit that I do. She'll be like, I thought I would never marry a motherfucker who act like this.
yeah.
Because she tell me all the time the shit from the Usher video with Chili. It's the way you say things. That's her
Mm,
favorite line to me. It ain't even what you say. It's the way you say stuff. I'm like,
mm.
whatever. Hey, we've
Yeah,
been
but
married for a
I
long
had to
time.
put
You
her
should
on
know
and
by
I'm like I'm like, come to the wild side. I just had to put her on, that's it.
yeah, I don't know. I just recognize that it's some stuff that I thought in my younger years that like, man, that shit wouldn't bother me. And as you get older or as you or as you're around for a period of time and you feel like it's like for me, I'll speak for me, I won't speak for y'all. It's nothing worse than being around somebody for 6 months, 8 months, a year, and you feeling a certain way, and then all of a sudden you finding out that like that feeling isn't reciprocated. Oh, that's some fucked up shit. Just like
But
Torian was
see, I
saying.
feel like you can't bet on it though, because like that's always the
But
chance
that's what
that's
I'm
being
saying,
taken.
though. Lionel. I'm
And
not
I
saying
feel
you're
like a
betting
lot
on
of
it.
dynamics, it isn't always reciprocal, at least not in a balanced reciprocal way.
Mm-hmm.
Or
But
that be
that's
the
what I'm
way it be
saying,
for
though.
me. And that should be so hard.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like as a dude, as a man who grew up, I grew up in the '90s where it was like super masculine, super macho shit. And you're like, we weren't. It wasn't any of this. It was none of this like, tap into your feminine. No, everything was like super macho, super masculine. So you get to this point to where like all of us, like no one was telling me as a young man that like, yo, you might fall for the for fucking Naomi, right? And before you know it, like you really caught up. Oh shit, what do you do though if Naomi's not as into you as you are into her? No one prepared me for that as a young man, right? At
Yeah.
that time in the '90s, right? I just thought that like if I'm feeling this way and she's hanging, like I was taught that if I call Naomi every night and she's willing to go out with me, then Naomi feels the same way I felt, right? I was she's saying yes, you want to hang out. That maybe Naomi is like, this nigga want to hang out. I can hang out with him, but I don't feel the same way, right?
No, and that's
Like,
called like you got to ask the right questions. Like you said, did you want to hang out? You didn't say, how do you feel about me? Like, what do you think
yeah,
about
but I'm
me?
just
Like,
saying,
what?
that's what I'm saying.
Like
Like,
I'm
like to
interested.
me, if
Can I
you
take you
saying
out
yes
one
every
day?
time, I'm thinking we good.
Like, I ain't got nothing better to do.
Yeah, that's fucked up. See, that's fucked up.
I mean, I necessarily can't play in a nigga's face, honestly. Like, I can't do too much of that playing, especially at this age. Maybe younger, especially just when it's like,
Okay, I got one for y'all. I got one for y'all. Here's something I said. I said, man, I would never mess with somebody, right? Who I found out had sex with somebody that I know or I'm cool with. And then I did it. Right. And then I was with somebody like, oh shit, hold on. She's like, oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, okay, damn, I know that nigga.
and that's interesting. I feel like niggas be more flexible about things like that.
Oh, I think niggas these days are more flexible. I think niggas, you know what's crazy, Naomi? I think niggas these days actually wear that shit as a badge of honor. Like they are super cool with that shit. Like, oh yeah, yeah, high five, nigga. But like,
They been doing that shit.
No, I'm like, I
no,
thought
that's cap.
your generation was the
Danger,
ones
she
that started
smashed the
running
homies.
trains on niggas
Danger,
for
she
real.
smashed the homies. Nigga,
That's different though.
that ain't different. That's
Oh,
No,
that
it's
was
different
different.
from.
and they was egging
I'm
that shit
talking.
on like she smashed the homies. They all happy about it.
No, Torian, I'm not talking about smashing. I'm talking about like this is my lady though. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about just smashing. I'm
Hmm.
talking about saying this is my lady.
Like you actually cuff her. Okay, okay.
Right. Like I'm cuffing now. I'm saying like, yo, it was
Right
a
there
time I
was
was like,
gonna cuff
yo,
her, even though that happened.
Yeah, no, that's trifling. That's not something you should do.
how was that trifling though, Lionel? If that's just like my boundaries, is that trifling? How is that trifling?
To me, that's trifling. You know,
Okay, but expand. Like, why would you say it's
because
trifling though?
if it's your friend, then and they've dated this person, they were like in a relationship with this person, emotionally
Nah, he
attached.
just fucked. Nah, it wasn't no relationship.
He just fucked and now you're in a relationship with her.
Yes, he just she saw that nigga at a kickback party, fucked that nigga a night later, and now me and her in a relationship. I had to
Okay, no,
take her
yeah,
out to dinner.
that's. I feel
I had
like
to take
that
her ass
still
to
is a
Red Lobster before I
conversation.
fucked.
I feel like I would still have a conversation with my friend if like the waves were just sweeping me and I couldn't like not be with this person. Then like I would like very much have a conversation with like my friend.
Hey,
Like,
Stan.
what's good, family? But besides that, like I wouldn't. That's just waters I wouldn't navigate. Me personally, for me, it's like I couldn't imagine. Like now, I can imagine it's off limits. It just automatically goes off limits for me. It's just like automatic. Can't. No. Won't. Don't want it.
Like for
But
me, it
if
would
it's just
matter.
like if it's just a smash and like and the waters are just the current is so heavy that I have to go that direction, I'll just have a conversation. Let's see where you are, how you feel about this. You know. and take it from
Like I
there.
know a lot of dudes that say, "Man, I wouldn't talk to no woman with no, yeah, I wouldn't talk to a woman with no kids," right? But then you get to a certain age, and it's like, yo, once you get to a certain age, you kind of gotta like either you're gonna be like the 63-year-old pastor,
Yeah.
right? Like talking to 18-year-olds, or when you get to like a certain age, yo, it's the reality is, man, if that woman once you get to like, I don't know, maybe I would say 26-ish, 27-ish,
Whoa.
maybe.
That's young, Roy. I feel like 33 is when you could
No, what
probably
I'm
start
saying,
feeling
hold
like
on. So you
I'm gonna
hold
be
on,
a
hold on.
stepdad.
So you saying that by 26, you don't think that like people have kids already? I think a
People
lot of
do,
people
but
have
it's
kids by
still there's
26.
still niggas out here without kids or women
I'm not
without
saying it's
kids.
not. I'm not saying it's not. I don't know any, but I'm just saying I don't. I'm just saying.
I'm like, I be finding all the niggas without kids. I'm like, they be over here talking to my ass with kids.
Right. Look at
How old
me.
are they?
I had no kids. Mom don't got no kids.
Nah,
What
facts.
are you talking about? Hey, you don't know none. Nigga, we right
I
here.
said, well, Torian. I'm not. Torian.
You
Let's
said
just.
hello. Knock knock.
I mean, Torian. Yeah.
Now you homophobic. You saying gay people can't have kids?
I'm dead.
I got
I'm
some kids. I
saying.
know some
I'm
gay niggas
sure.
with kids.
I'm sure if Mo wanted to have some kids, she could have had kids by now. Clearly, she's
Of
doing
course,
what
but not
she.
everybody wants to just pop out
I
with kids in their
understand, but I'm
20s.
just saying though, like I'm just saying like it's a
You
certain age
can't
you
give
get
up hope
to.
at 26.
I'm
though.
like, I'm
That's
Yeah.
team
too young.
FTK.
I don't know. I'm just saying you get to a certain age to where you got to say, listen,
Yeah.
you got like people gonna have kids. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what that
That
age is for
age is
y'all.
like 33. If you're
I think
just like
33 is good. Yeah, I
33.
think 33 is
33 is
good.
when it's like, okay, I'm
Tripping.
probably gonna be a stepdad or a
Maybe
That's
stepmom.
31.
cap. Let
Maybe
me tell you why
31
that's
because
cap, Naomi.
Right.
First of all,
35.
y'all do understand a woman's biological. Well, you should understand a woman's biological clock, correct?
That
Yeah.
don't mean it stops them.
but it's different now. People don't think like that now. People are
Nah, when you
still
say it's
waiting as long
different,
as they
what you
can.
mean, Lionel?
Like people are thinking, I mean, they're literally intentionally waiting as long as they can. They are beyond 30. I know some like
Yeah, I'm
35,
not
36,
saying that
37,
that's
No
38.
not
facts. And
necessarily
even though
healthy
it's
though.
just like it may be considered riskier as you get older, but women could definitely have babies into their 40s.
Yeah, I'm not saying you
Right.
can't, but to your point, now it's riskier now. That's what I'm saying.
And it depends,
Okay.
it definitely
Life,
depends on the person.
life is full of
So
risk. We gonna take
Yeah.
Hilarious, Dorian.
it sure
I'm
is.
just saying, if I'm a dude and I get to my late 20s, right? Like I can take myself again. When I got to my late 20s, I was like, okay, listen, if I'm into women my age, right? When I say my age, I'm talking 3 years higher or 3 years lower, right? It's a good chance now, if I'm 28, 3 years higher, 3 years lower, they may have a child. And it is what it is. That was just me. That was just my thought process personally. I can't be out here like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you can't, right? I know a bunch of dudes that are running around here late 30s, early 40s, and they only messing with women with no kids, and they find a lot of them. I'm
And
not saying
that's
it's not
good. I
out
feel
there.
like it's good, but like to know if you're that kind of person or not. Because I know if I was like in the dating world, I wouldn't be that kind of person that could like just date and
But that's
like
what I'm
you
saying.
have
I
a
know also
kid
a
and
lot of
then
dudes though, Lionel, who said they would never do that and
yeah.
ended up now they've been in a relationship for the last 4 years with somebody, you know what I'm saying, with a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
Like
course that's gonna happen.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like it's stuff that you know, in your mind, you say, man, I couldn't see myself
Okay.
doing
Like
that.
I ain't know she was gonna be as bad as Naomi. Like,
Mhm.
Hilarious.
I ain't know she was gonna be
Hilarious.
giving it up like that. Like, hey,
But no, I mean, it just
sorry.
happens. Because sometimes you meet just a dope person and you don't know what you're going to meet with the package that you said that you would never, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know
That's
what I
why you
mean?
just
And now
don't
you
use
like,
that. That's a pointless phrase to use. It's something like I would never do. Like, because first of all,
You
especially if
should
you
never
like
say never.
especially if you just don't know, like, because if I'm saying never to something, it's like if I'm using that word, you better fucking believe like it's never happening. Like if I'm using that word, then I mean that with my soul. Like that's my soul speaking. It's not like the body. So like seriously, soul speaking. But like if it's just like it's something that I would prefer not have, then like that's different. Like I'd rather not. Like I'd say that probably a lot
That
more.
part.
like I'd rather not go like deal with shit like this. But not to say that I won't, because at the end of the day, I'm
No, because
flexible.
my Libra ass is too wishy washy. Like I can see, like I literally could see myself, like I could see myself like going for it in a
And
in
I
a
have
in a
two fire
type
and I
in
have
that
two fire
situation.
placements. Two fire placements. So I have like I have a little bit of water, so I can be a little elusive, but I'm mostly like standing on business about shit. Like mostly like
Like
and
no, we
like
finna blow
willing
that
to
shit
die.
out.
Like
Get an air
yeah,
sign.
I'm
We
gonna
just gonna
die
blow
on
that
that
fire
hill.
out.
I'm like not gonna die on this hill. Like I really fuck with you, but I can't fuck with you. Like gotta go.
No, because I
I'm like,
definitely
look, and that's
passed
my
out there.
air. I'm like air and water. I got a
Air
little.
and water, you're just flowing. You're
No
elusive
facts. I'm
to the
like
T.
wherever it goes, like whatever feels best. Truly, whatever feels best. But like my never and like this never came true. Is that like I never fuck with a white boy.
Right.
Like I would never suck a pink penis.
Oh.
Girl, you a
Period.
lie.
All
Nope.
right, we'll see. We'll see.
Nope. I'm like, it will only the only way it happened is he like white passing. Like he's a nigga, but he's just passing as a white person. You may not have
Hilarious.
known. You may not have
He's
known. Like
white
he just
fast.
this
No.
nigga's passing.
Hilarious.
So he just a little like he just light
Naomi like
skin.
Naomi like his granddaddy black.
Like,
Goddamn.
no.
No,
Hold on, I got a video
I
for
would
you.
still
No.
like at
Hold
least
on, hold on,
three.
Naomi.
I would like at least 3 black
Hold on,
grandparents.
Naomi. I got the perfect video for you on that note. Hold on. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Hold on. I got a Dr. Umar video that speaks to that pink thing that you talking about. Well, something different. Shout out to Dr. Umar. Let's go, Umar.
The same white woman who told you the black man is no good is bent over giving that pink punani to your black man. The next day she bent over giving that pink punani to your black man. She tell the black woman with your silly asses that the black man is no good. And right after she turns you against the black man, she got that pink punani bent over, flat ass up in the air, those flat uncooked Cinnabons. Oh yes. How you gonna make her turn you against the black man and all she do is take your man? The same man she told you was no good, she up there baking those white ice cookies for him. That pink punani be right up in the air with that flat ass of hers, giving your man the business. She told you to leave a black man alone though. She told you to leave a black man alone though. She told you to leave a black man alone. Why she ain't left him alone, please? My
Oh shit! Shout out to Umar. That the
It's crazy. That was really funny, but I feel like it's up to like I feel like a big part of like dating outside your race, like it's parenting. Like I know that of course clearly like some piece of that is just you, like you just decide, right? But then I think a big part of it is just not being shown the beauty and like your like not growing up seeing yourself as beautiful, like not seeing your own race as beautiful. That's how that happens. Cause then like you start
I
trying
don't
to
know,
like
Lionel.
get away from
Can I give you?
yourself the more and more
That
and
is
more
not
to the point
true.
that
My
like, cause if you
sister
Can I
married
give?
a white man. My sister's
yeah,
married a white man, and she loves being
Can
black.
I give you a different
she loves
perspective on
being
that,
black.
Lionel?
Yes.
Well, that's why, and that's
We
not
all
something
grew
I
up.
really. That's where I feel like two things is hard to exist. Cause I don't know like how you love being black, but then you like marry white. That's crazy to me. Like that's just not something that
Let
my
me
brain is able to
let
think.
me let me give you this, Lionel. Pause. Super pause. Jesus. Let me let me
Nah,
say this to you, Lionel. um, I was actively reading everything black in my most blackest state, right? I always tell
Mhm.
everybody, like, I sit back and I Malcolm X said, if you gain more knowledge, the more humble you should become, right? And I say that to say, when I sit back and see a lot of my younger black folks come into certain knowledge, I sit back and I don't critique it because already read a lot of that literature they've already read, and maybe
Mhm.
I've probably ascended past that, but I know where they're going, so I let them. I stand down. I don't try to talk out and say anything, let them go on that journey because I had to go on that journey. With that being said, at my like blackest militant point, right, when I was like reading and ingesting all this like super blackety black shit, no cap, I was actively at that point. I didn't start it, but I like coming into that black point, I was already dating a Hispanic young lady that I thought that was going to be my wife, right? And so like when I was taken into this literature, I was trying to figure out how I'm going to now justify this because I like even though I'm reading this and I'm getting the information and I'm feeling super confident, I'm like, I hear you, but like this is gonna be my I think this is gonna be my partner for life, right? And so I'm trying to figure that shit out. So I'm saying that to say I think like you know sometimes right like you're in a situation because like what happens to those dudes or to those women who come into knowledge or come into that information after they've already fallen in love with a certain person, right? Do you now fall out of love because you've gained some knowledge? Like
Yeah.
that's
I'm
a
not,
different.
and I'm
That's
not
a
I mean,
speaking
when
to
it
like
comes to like
knowledge.
white people, it's like you don't necessarily have to come into the like all the knowledge of the
Yeah.
wokeness. It's like it's the basic knowledge, nigga, that they enslaved your ancestors and they oppressed your people
Yeah,
and
but Naomi,
have
what if you
still.
fell it? Hold on, but Naomi, what if you had already fallen in love with Paul Wall already? It's Paul Wall, goddamn the people's champ, goddamn it.
But no, I'm not speaking to
You
like
gotta say
knowledge and
somebody for
knowing
her
because
status.
like Toria said,
Vampire
his like
Diaries.
no,
Like
you
I'm like,
guys
no,
who?
there's
made
not
two
one
examples
white
already.
person that you can
Wait, you
name.
guys made two examples
Nicholas from
already.
Vampire
Torian's
Diaries.
sister and then Roy, like being in the book or just being like pro black, I don't give a fuck about honestly, because it's white people that are allies and pro black and like who. I mean, that's not the point that I'm making. I'm speaking to like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You can feel as black as you want to. You blickety black, ain't you? But you like have a white wife. Like that is saying something. Those are two different things to me. It's like you don't see, or you didn't see, or you haven't seen black women as beautiful, like and chose a black woman as your wife. Like that's a whole nother thing than saying like I understand the struggle, I know understand the growth, and I understand the history and how great we were at some point. Like I know it all. Like I've been down that road. Like that's completely independent from who you are attracted to, who you find beautiful, who you're willing to give your life to and grow life with, and like, you know, generational shit. That's totally different. You could feel black as you want, put the coffee on, because that's what people like to do. They want to put that hoe on and their daishiki and like their tea now, right? But no, you still go home, have a white wife, and that's what would be berserk to me. That's what it's like. That's very interesting to me. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I can't really speak to it because I can't. I don't understand that 100%. Like that. Once I see that you have like a white spouse, like I don't know. That makes me feel
But
like a
that's
way.
what
I
I'm
don't know.
see
I don't know how, but I just feel like I
Like it
processed
makes
it a
me
certain
just
way.
want your black card back.
Like
now.
Bro,
Look,
you ain't get a shit
We're
back.
I, this is on.
You ain't get a shit back.
here's what I will say. Here's what I will say up front with my homeboys who want to ask me that are not with who are with non-black women. I do say this. There
Stanley,
are
get out of
certain
here.
there hilarious. There are
Yes,
certain
Stanley.
there are certain black conversations that maybe you should sit out on, right? Maybe there are some conversations, maybe sit this one out, right?
A
But
lot
with
of
that,
them.
but
If
with
not
that
all.
being said, though, I don't know if it's necessarily true what Lionel just said that like I don't know that you don't find black women beautiful, right? I'm not sure that's the case. That just because you're with this person that you don't find black women. I don't know that those two things are mutually exclusive. I'm
well,
with
no, I
her
said beautiful enough to grow life with, to marry, to have
again.
as one.
Okay, so let
Because
me
that's
use that
different. Like you
phrasing.
can find people. I find people beautiful all the time. But I'm not gonna be with you. Sorry,
I'm
it's
with
not
you.
happening.
I'm with you, but again, I don't know that just because of that I didn't find a black woman. Like maybe I just found her first. Like maybe I just fell for that person first before I found somebody else. That's all I'm saying, right? Like maybe I met Sarah first. That's the whitest name I know, Sarah.
But
Maybe
see,
I met
that's why
Sarah.
for me it comes back to parenting. That's why my initial statement, my whole shit with this, because I've been like thinking about this and probably not really thinking about it, but when I think about it, I'm like, okay, it's got to be like parenting, because I know like how my parents approached me dating and like not like they really made it clear how valuable it was to have a black woman and who could like see me and understand it. It's like the list goes on. It's been like years of them talking to me about this and
Right.
like putting value into the beauty of a black woman and how she can hold me up and like what that means to have a black wife,
So can I
because you could choose anyone. And so like
let
that's
me
why I feel like it comes into parenting, because like yeah, you could come into the like dating scene once you're like of age, and like now at this point, if you don't got the lens on, like as a black man especially, of the importance of like how we need to be here for our women, how they need us, how like the future generations need us. And aside from that, how like there might not be this conversation in 100 or 50 years if like you just like, I just found her first. Like then ain't no black conversation at all, because now everybody is in this bitch mixed the fuck down and like washed. And so like that's the thing. It's like you have to be a
so
lot more
so
intentional of like, hey, you kind of got a responsibility, or like here's something to think about going into that dating pool, you know? Period.
No,
so
and
here's what
find
I'll say
that
to that,
video,
right?
Torian. Find that video of that family where it was like the mom showed her 8 black sons, and like 6, 7 of them had white bitches or like 9 black women. Like it was a
Here-
crazy ass like
but but
ratio.
but but
That's
here's
sick.
what I'll say though, right? I come from two parents, right? Like
Mhm.
two dark skinned parents. My pops wouldn't even allow me to use the word nigga in the house, right? My pops is like very like firm, like into the blackness shit. When I got to college, however, right? I went there to play basketball. It was a very small school, not a lot of black women there, right? Unfortunately, is what it is. And the person that I hit it off with, of to be fair, I had already dated a few black girls. Didn't work out, right? When I say it didn't work out, it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just like we were young, 18, 19 years old, hung out for a little while. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. They moved on, I moved on, da 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 da. The person I hit it off with, right, happened to be a Hispanic young lady that grew up around a lot of black folks. I'm not saying that that's what I was looking for. That's not anything I had ever dated before, but we
Well,
happened to
he's
hit it
like
off.
just black enough, but not too black.
Nah, it wasn't even
Perfect.
about that. It was just that, like at the time, like we just happened to hit it off, right? We happened to hit it off. We started kicking it, right? And it just kind of just was what it was. It wasn't like I was but to Lionel's earlier point, as I got further in my education, I started now reading, right? And I'm getting more into my blackness. And I'm now thinking, I'm now all of a sudden, now I'm consciously thinking about the fact that I'm getting into my blackness. I'm understanding now, going from an 18-year-old to a 20-year-old, 21-year-old. I'm now understanding more, but I'm feeling like, damn, this person hasn't done anything to me negatively, right? All of the interactions have been positive, right? She's been supportive. She's helped me through a lot of stuff. Damn, I don't know if I should just like push her to the side because like she hasn't done anything, right? Now,
Yeah.
eventually she did. Now eventually she did. So fuck her.
She called
But
you a bald headed nigga.
yeah, fuck you now. but I'm just saying though, like I think it's sometimes though that like I'm in some, I'm already there, and I don't know, like I think it
So
might be an
maybe it
interest.
was like what Lionel said, like you just gotta have the values. Cause you're saying you started thinking about this shit like after you were reading books and shit and like
And
Yeah,
before
learning.
I
Maybe
ever
you
went
took an
to even
African
high
American
school, like
studies
before I went to high
class.
school, I'm telling you, like I would sometimes think like this is wild. Like I didn't get it then, but my mom would be like, if you are contemplating marriage, like they have to like get
Of course
like
you are, Stanley.
you like
You're
you
you're
gotta
you're
get with.
where Roy was.
Wait,
You're
like
exactly where Roy
my mom
was.
would be like, if you want to bring a wife home, like you've got to bring her home. Like we've got like you need your parents like kind of like approval, because family is huge. I've made that clear on my thing on the show. And so like she's just like, and we're not doing is like not bringing home a black wife. Like if you like date whatever, like at the end of like understanding that the bottom line was that like you're bringing home a black wife, and here's like why that's so valuable. And like so that was understood so far beyond like even really before I started like really dating, like seriously dating. Like that was something that was consistently talked about in the name of like why you're not bringing home a black anybody outside of a black woman, and why it's so important to like have a wife that is like a black woman, like the value in that. But that's why I feel like those conversations don't happen. So if it's not happening, like at a certain point, especially at a certain point, now you thinking with a different head. You just like not valuing shit. You really just out here and like whatever I feel.
Going
It
for what
doesn't matter about me being a black man. Like I feel like such a responsibility as a black man, especially having like black women behind me who are black women in America. Like, come on, I feel like I have such a responsibility in that situation.
But here's
And
what I'm
like one
saying
of
though,
those
Lionel.
responsibilities is literally growing like our people for
But
sure. Like that's just
but
No,
like a
and
but
like
here's
what
what
responsibility.
I'm.
you said is so key. I'm sorry, Roy. But what you said
No,
was
you
so
good. Go
key
ahead.
about like having these conversations now because like if we don't in 150 years, like it could easily be like the black men have fucked the niggas out of existence.
Well,
Like
that's true.
because like when I seen that family where it was like all these black men have literally decided to marry and like mate with women outside of their race. Like, and we've already seen like one more generation, like just how Drake had that baby with that white woman, and now his son is like full white. That shit 75% like fully. It only take two generations to like go the other way. And then it's like, damn, your family not even black no more. Like that would make me cry if like I'm in my ancestorhood and I look down the line and this shit is just like
And it's like
not
what,
even
especially on the basis of like, well, I just like
Roy, I
came
got
across
the
this
video
person
clip for that
first.
too.
It's
like
like we
love
got to
is
be
Okay.
more
love.
intentional.
Love is love. And like I was saying, I was tweeting, like it would literally take every cell in my body not to disown my child. It
Hold
would
on.
take every
Hold
bone in
on.
my
Tell
body not to disown my child. I'm like,
y'all let
Stanley, just go
Stanley.
ahead, click off, bro. Just go ahead,
Y'all
click
tell
off, bro.
Stanley.
Go
Stanley,
find the white podcast.
don't get canceled, Stanley. Damn, Stan.
No, I'm like, go ahead, click off.
Stan, you my guy. Stan, y'all not gonna like my opinion on black. Listen, I might like it, Stan. What you got to say? I might be with you. Goddamn it, I'm married to a black woman. I might feel you. Right? Pause. Shout out to Tamara. Let's get Tamara in here as well before we go to the video. Tamara said there's a specific type of black man that has an affinity for the beauty exclusively in black women and who will be okay. Listen, I'm
Period.
not. What I'm saying though, again, I'm not disagreeing with Tamara. Shout out to Tamara first of all for popping in. I'm not disagreeing with Lionel. I'm not disagreeing with Naomi. What I'm just simply saying is right that like I found myself in a position to where like I was with a person at least up until that point who had done nothing to me to
What
like
did she
say,
do? What did she end up doing?
oh, she ended up doing some fucked up shit.
Tell
I
me.
tell the
Tell us
story.
now.
I told the story like 27 times on the show already.
No, you
What she
didn't.
did? She fucked your homie.
Yeah,
Danger. She smashed the homie.
she didn't
Danger.
smash the
She
homie
smashed the homie.
like they
Oh, okay.
married.
So that's the one that married on your ass.
Yeah, she married the
Oh,
homie. They got like
okay.
6 kids now. So
Oh, so she still married another black man.
well, is he? Well, technically he's black and Korean, so I don't know what he considers himself. But
Oh, blazing. Ooh.
well, fuck
He's
you,
like an
Korean. Like I
upgrade.
would have
She's like
chose him too.
upgrade. Look, so now she's like black enough, but not too black. She had to get off your ass. She said black enough, not too black.
But yeah,
no, you
it's
know what I'm
like
saying?
that's something that would just like would have to be intentionally done because like you could it's like people are beautiful. Like people are beautiful. It's not beauty isn't subject to a race at all. Like people are beautiful, period. But like that's why it would have to be intentional if you were like to say, well, nobody's gonna love and honor the black woman like I am. Like nobody, and I'm not gonna be able to be lifted and honored as a black man like the black woman can see me and, like, hold me down and like that. So then once you approach things like from that perspective, and then there's nobody that can grow blackness in the way that I can, like, and there's and that the way in the way that
Yeah.
she can, like, like
No, I'm
she can
with you on that.
have any race, but any race can't have me. And so like then that becomes like all that stuff becomes a thing. So it's like I might have to be more intentional. Maybe I don't have the luxury coming out of the shit that like our people have gone through to just say like I'm gonna have my way. Like there's kings in Africa. I'm sure they got a wife of every color potentially, and like but then that's just a luxury. Like but black in America, that's not a luxury that we afford. Like we really have to stick together and like we really got to have each other hold each other down in that sense for real. Like otherwise, like it
Yeah.
really almost
Hold on,
becomes like
Lionel. Let me put up Stan's comments. Shout out to my Stan. We got to have you on next week.
The link is still up there. Tell them to click that link.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, the link. Where the link at? Stan, can you tap in? Hold on, let me pull the link back. How can I copy this shit? Hold on. Can I copy it? There go. Stan, tap into the link. I got it right there. Go through the comments. Tap into the link if you're free, Stan. If not, we'll tap in with you next week.
What's the comment?
Let me put up the comment from Stan. Stan, a wild goddamn boy. Stan said, and I quote, Stan said, and I quote, I said, he's talking about black women right here. I say they are the least submissive, most opinionated, most argumentative, most masculine group of women. I love black queens, but the black male experience is an uphill battle with the black queens. God
That's
damn.
good to know. I feel like that gives perspective of, but like that's a whole that's just my sentiments. It's like there's no other woman here that's like in this country that has gone through like what the black woman has. And like ultimately that's like my sister, that's like my mom, that's like my aunt, and like that is to be like loved and cherished and healed. And like it's not like there's a white man that's or anybody or a Mexican man or any man that's gonna come into a black woman's life and be able to support her and love her through that and in that kind of a way that's healthy. And so that's why it falls back on us. It's not a matter of like escape. Like I don't want to deal with that. Like I'm just gonna go where it's easy. Like that's what I've said from the beginning. That's a responsibility of ours as black men. Like we have the responsibility, just like they have the responsibility, because we aren't the most this, we're not the most that, we're not the most that and the most that, and we don't just come from money and just got all this kind of shit established to it. They got to think about what their kids gonna be doing and eating. Like some men, like some white people come from fucking money, and like it's a whole different dating world because their women have the luxury of saying, I know I date into this family, my kids is gonna be good. Like they've been moving like this for generations. Like they have that security. That's not something we can provide. Like that's something our women deserve though. It's not like that doesn't like mean like for them to just jump ship. You know, like this is something that we have to establish. Like that is to be built. You know, like that, but that is the beauty in love too.
All right, let's go here.
That's black love, you know.
Let's play this video, Torian. What is this? Let's go.
You'll see.
Hold on. Can you set this up first before you hit play? What the hell is going on here?
Naomi already set it up. This is the
It
video.
said 8 boys and many grandbabies later. So this is a black woman, right? And she is, yeah. And here's her family.
Okay.
Those are the sons.
8 boys.
Damn.
And these are their.
Oh, there we go. They go to vanilla. There we go.
Not there we go.
Oh shit, y'all. Hold on,
no,
y'all.
And it was so crazy because so many people in the
it's beyond
comments
us at this point. Like
hold
not,
on, goddammit.
This conversation,
shit, y'all.
This conversation is beyond.
You got
like,
you got the right thing behind you, Stan.
Cancel.
It's like
hey, y'all can hear me?
We can hear you. That's what I was saying. This conversation.
But can you hear me though?
Like
we can hear you.
Like
no,
because adults are adults. Like you can't like tell.
Can you hear us,
even, like, teenagers? It's probably gonna be hard to convince them.
All right,
sorry, that's why it's a conversation for like parents to have with their children. Like this is because at this point, like people who are grown enough, like there's nothing that mom could have said to her like kids at that point, you know. Like so you have to like talk to your kids and let them know the value, because otherwise, like, yeah, you can just fall in love with anybody. That's true, and that's true through and through. But like there is value in like being black and having like a black partner, you know.
We got the homie Stan in here. Just to reset real quick before we let Stan run. We were talking about, I don't know how to somehow you Negroes always get back to race. Anyway, we were talking
about your white bitch.
But hilarious. We were talking about
go tell that to your white bitch. What's that?
We were talking about things that you said you never would do in a relationship that you ended up doing. So for some people, it may be, man, I would never date interracially, right? I would never date a white woman, a Hispanic woman, or an Asian woman. And then you get to a point like, oh, damn, I'm doing it, right? So that's definitely a thing. And then we got to a point to where, Stan said some things in the chat. So I want to make sure that like Stan represents his position. Let's make sure we put up your comment though first, Stan, and then because I don't want you to get misconstrued. This is what you said.
I stand on that.
Let me read it, and then I want you to take off. Stan said, He's talking about black women. He said they are the least submissive, the most opinionated, most argumentative, most masculine group of women. I love black queens, but the black male experience is an uphill battle with the black queens. Let's go, Stan.
Absolutely. We could just bring it back all the way to high school. We could go even before that, but let's just
No,
start
and
at
I
high
want to go
school.
before that. I want to know, do you feel all these things about your mother? Your mother's a black woman?
Absolutely.
Okay, so boom,
Absolutely.
that's where it stems from. I'm like, it'd be the
My
mama.
mama, some of y'all mamas, my aunties, grandmas, they were all very opinionated. They were all very, let's just call it what it is, a spade, a spade. They were all very mean people. And we're not even talking about in the context of relationship. We talking about in dominoes. We talking about in spades. We talking about the barbecue. We talking about touching the refrigerator with dirty hands. This goes, it's not even
No,
just
I'm
in
like,
my
I feel
house.
like it's trauma already.
That was home
coming.
training. What are you talking about?
Okay,
He
so
said touching the
call it-
refrigerator with
hey,
dirty hands. You mad 'cause
Hey.
I got that ass pop stand?
whatever
Yeah,
it
go
is,
ahead.
whatever you want to call it, you want to call it trauma. Hey, if it's trauma, it's trauma. But I'm just saying that trauma goes well beyond just me. Let's just say, for example, let's start after high school instead. Let's just say you're going out, right? If I'm going out, and not just me, if one of my bros is going out, I hang with all black guys mostly. Sometimes I got some other friends, but it's neither here nor there. If we go out to a club, a bar, a library, anywhere where we might be, the most difficult woman to approach is a black woman. They usually are immediately dismissive most of the time, especially in that club scene. Black women are just, it's almost a no-go, especially the better
I'm
they
with you.
look, the
Mo
worse
was
they
talking
are.
about that a minute ago for her birthday. She was telling niggas, get on. Go ahead. Go. Do your thing, Stan.
I'm just saying, unapproachable. Just like, how do you even approach a black woman? Because most of the time, you know, a guy like myself just pull up and just be like, hey, miss, how you doing? Like, bye. I've never, what other race would say that? I just don't know. I'm just like,
Yeah, all
like,
of them.
I know I'm cute, so bye. Like, I
That
never
shit,
really have to
man.
use this tenor of voice with any other race of women. Now, maybe it could be trauma on their part. Maybe it's my own trauma. I don't know. But in my experience, black women have been the most difficult to deal with, especially in aspects of relationships from the beginning to the end. Don't get me wrong. I dated some black women. Very tough to deal with.
Okay, and what
It is
makes
what it is.
non-black women so easy? So,
Well,
and like you said, it's an uphill battle with black women. So, would you rather a downhill battle? You trying to just coast?
how about I just don't battle? You know what I'm saying? If you don't let me down, you can let me down easy too. I feel like especially with Latin and Asian women, they're very much the polar opposite of what black women are. I've never really dealt with a white woman, so you know it's neither here nor there. Maybe I would, but probably not, just because you know. But with other races, especially Asian and Latin women, they are just much more submissive. You know, they're much more willing to concede to what a man has to bring. You know, they're much more willing to fall in line. And I think that starts from the moment that you meet said Asian or Latin woman. I think that approaching them is much easier. They're much friendly, much more likely to engage in a conversation with you with or without interest. You know what I mean? I feel like if a black woman's not interested, she's not interested in nothing about you, nothing you got to say at all. But other races, they might chop it up with you. You know, they might not be interested, but they might chop it up with you. They might, you know, give you the time of day. Black women, on the other hand, do not. They just don't have
Do
time
you
for you.
think that's more because like it's kind of like fetish, taboo, like kink to like kind of deal with a black man? So it's like they're not necessarily seeing a black man as like the way we see black men. Like we know black men, like we've been around black men our whole life, as opposed to where they've only seen kind of a certain aspect. Like, and they're like they see this on TV and movies. So it's like, you know, I know the rapper. I'm gonna talk to him. It seems fun. Ha ha ha. My parents might not approve, but this is fun.
Call it what you want. This is analogous to getting to point A to point B. If I'm trying to get to point A to point B, it doesn't matter if I walk. It doesn't matter if I ride a scooter. It doesn't matter if I ride a car. Getting there to that point, which in this case would be, you know, a relationship or marriage, doesn't matter how I get there. It just matters that I'm there. So it doesn't matter if they fetishize me. It doesn't matter. None of that really doesn't matter, especially if it's in the. It doesn't matter if it's in the deep confines of their brain. Maybe I would like that more. It doesn't
But
matter.
why do they get to fetishize you, but we can't have opinions?
You can have opinions, but the opinions lead to disruption in me even getting to know you as a person. They
And
don't.
that's why I feel
They
like this all starts from like this
so,
is
so
beyond all of us. It's not like us. I'm like this is kind of just the thing that we're left to like deal with and like heal, because ultimately a lot of black men for whatever reason who haven't been present in like children's lives and
hold on,
like
let me stop
the
you right there,
wife
Lana, real
like the
quick. Can I
black
can I
woman.
interject real quick, real
Yeah,
Oh
go
quick?
ahead. Go ahead.
no, don't let him
What you
mind.
just said, what you just said, I'm gonna let you finish, but I just want to say what you're describing sounds like a man's problem, but who is this really affecting? Is it the black man's problem or is it the black woman's problem? Because I hear
Well,
what you're
we're a
saying.
unit.
Black
We're a
The
people all
unit. We're
together.
a
community.
unit. So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's all of our. It's a thing that we have to like communicate about and like heal through because, like that's why like I was going with that because for whatever reason I can't relate to being absent. Like I'm never gonna be absent in my kids' lives, so I can't relate. But there's reasons for whatever reason that like black men consistently in the past. Now I won't say it so much as of now, but at some points in time have just not been there for their children. So the mom is never, I mean, I don't say never because I've seen it with my own two eyes, but a lot of times the black mom is picking up that like slack, whether that's like in the best way or not. But like that definitely hardens a woman to like have to play the role of both parents and being like alone. Aside from being a black woman in the world that's just not really protected and like looked out for in a way that every other woman is. Because then we pause there and we go to another any other race and you look at their family unit and a lot of times they have both parents, especially like Hispanics, like that I grew up around. They don't play about family. Like they are on that shit for real. And like that's how they're being raised for generations. Like whether it's a lot of money or no money, like they got the family though. And so like they're raising their daughters to be like softer and to be married. Like they're raising their daughters to be like a wife, you know? And like where we our women haven't been afforded that luxury based on so much fucked up shit that you just keep going back and it gets more fucked up, honestly. And
I
so
hear
then
you.
we
I hear
get to
you.
this point to where it's like they are a lot more independent. They may be a lot more defensive and like have this harder shell. And it's for a reason. But that's why I feel like we come in and like there's a lot of shit that we got as well, like whatever traumas that we feel like, damn, that they got to experience and deal with, where they could say, on the other hand, like, okay, black men may be this, like for whatever reason, the black woman would rather date outside of her race. Then like that's for a reason, I'm sure. And so, but that's where we come together to like recognize that's what black love is. Like we gotta heal this shit, and like in the name of like not coming off so aggressive and not having our women feel like they've got to be so masculine, allowing them to rest in their feminine energy. I know that rocket that like swept the nation at one point. Everyone, all the women was just, I'm gonna sit in my feminine shit. But like I'm a soft era, but that's beautiful. Like that's what we want to actually promote for our women. We want them to exist in that space, and
But
like that's
let me
huge
interject.
too.
Let me interject real quick because you said something that I don't want you to. I don't want to lose that point real quick. I'm gonna let you finish, but let me ask you this question: what came first, the chicken or the egg? Right? And the reason I ask you that is because all of what you mentioned, you said we're a unit, right? So let's just say hypothetically, I was already in the same mind frame as you, which some things differ. I'm not gonna lie, but say the few black women that I did approach, right? Say I was gonna come into their life and make them that feminine woman, make them that, become that family unit, right? I'm what I'm trying to say is a lot of the times we're not even getting to that point to even allow them to be in that feminine state because they're so abrasive right from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of times where I could have I have not only I could have, but I have been with and approached black women who've been abrasive and who did not even let the unit that you speak of even come into existence. That couldn't even manifest because they're abrasive from the jump. So
Yeah.
that's why I said what comes first, the chicken or the egg. It's just like, do I
The,
need to
well,
go?
you have to lead, and sometimes that looks like persistence. Because I'm watching this show, and because and then and just reality, we recognize black women are extremely strong, and like that's and I hate to say that because I know that a lot of black women are not trying to be strong. Like, and I'm not saying that you should be or have to be. I'm saying that in just the reality, black women are built different for real. So
Oh, they
like
are.
ultimately, it may take more persistence to like be able to get through the guards. Because I was watching this show,
Right.
Summer
That's what I'm
House,
getting
Martha's Vineyard, and one of the black women on that show, like there was a black man who was hugging her, which not in that way. He was like a gay guy, but he was hugging her and she was going through something, and he was just like letting you know, like I got you, like I'm not going anywhere. And like that just made her break down because she's like, I've never heard that in my life before. Like I've never everyone that's come into my life, I've seen like I've never had someone say like, I see you and I'm here for you, you know? And so like that's just what it takes. And like it may be more persistent. Like it may take more persistence than just like, that wasn't the most convenient. Like, bitch, I'm in the club, I'm trying to connect. Like, what's good? Like everybody might be different because there's some black women that's gonna be extremely receptive. Like, you know, there's plenty of black women that's friendly, open,
No,
receptive.
and I say this
But then
all the
there's
time.
if that
Like
I know, but if
I'm the
that is the
type, like you
case,
think
but
I let niggas shoot they shot
in
all
the
the
case
time.
where it's like
It's a
hardened,
numbers game, though. You know.
it's like it's just
Yeah,
it may
so why
take
give up?
persistence. But then there's value in things that like you that were earned. Like there's value there too. You know, it's like it may not have been like the easiest or most convenient situation or whatever, but like there's so much value in that, and like what unlocks and unfolds is the key, and like that's the thing. Which you
And let
have a
me
lifetime for. And like that's what the love that's what black love is, right? It's unfolding that, healing, growing, and still creating the fucking world and setting the trends and like setting the tone for shit at the same time. Like
and
that's
I
what it's
appreciate
all,
that.
you know.
Can I address Torian real quick?
Of
No,
course.
no.
So I'm gonna let
Let's
you
go.
finish. I hear what
He
you're
said
saying, but
no.
I said no.
I wanna make the
Respectfully.
points as they come, so that way we could keep that trail
Oh,
going. But please keep where you were because I was really in tune. But Tori mentioned something. He said so you just give up. But what I say to that is by being with somebody who truly wants to be with me, who is not making me fight for it, is that giving up or is that I just feel like that's choosing myself. That's choosing happiness. I mean, of course, if we were in
That's
a
good.
perfect world, if we were in a perfect world where everybody was just, a flower just growing towards the sun, right? Then yeah, maybe I could
We
see
literally are that, but go off.
where in a perfect world, right? In a perfect world, I would say, of course, I would love to date a black queen and be with a black queen. Of course, like I wanna be able to reproduce
Have
all
black
black people.
children.
I want there to be some differential in the world. That's what makes it a beautiful place. But I wouldn't say that that's giving up. I think to Torian's point, giving up is not even allowing that to happen. I think that the black women are the ones who's given up, who say, I don't even have time for this. Like, I think that that is already given up by not even allowing a guy to come into the picture. It's just like, I'm already done with black guys. I'm already done with guys in general. I think that that's given up. Me approaching and trying to make something of it and then getting turned down and taking no for no, taking that card face value. I don't think that's giving up. I think that that's allowing somebody to be who they want to be. Let them be their best self. I'm gonna go ahead and do me. I think the opposite is true. By rejecting somebody, by being abrasive towards somebody, I think that that's really giving up. Just saying.
Well, when you talk to these women, try to, what was the setting? Was it all club settings or was it like just maybe walking in the park and
All
just like, hey,
settings. This is college campuses. We've never hung out in person, so you've never really got to see. If you let me just say this is a sidebar, but if you base how you vision me or base how you know me off of social media, it's all wrong. Like I can say the one who knows me the most probably Lionel. Lionel, you know me, you know how we go. Like we go way back. So you've seen the type of women that I've been with since even before high school. I think you've seen the type of women I've been with, and you know the type of women I tried to get with didn't work out. So I thought I'll name drop. I tried with Nicole. I tried with Shirelle. It was some people on the tennis team I tried to holler at. Who did I end up with? Stephanie. I'm just saying that's just how it's been. And don't get me wrong, all of those women that I named, shout out to y'all. Hope y'all doing okay. But those women I tried with, you saw when I worked at Chick-fil-A. Lana used to be in Chick-fil-A all the time.
Sherelle,
Used to work with
hold on.
all.
Sherelle sounded like she was fine. How did Sherelle look? She sounded like she
No,
looked
like
good.
the
She was
other two
bad.
did sound like they was
You
fine.
remember
Sherelle was
Shirelle?
So it's
fine,
kind
man.
of
Yeah, of
like,
course.
are you
She
Absolutely.
was
swinging?
my
Are you swinging at your level?
but how many times?
I'm cute. I'm cute. First of
I
all,
mean,
Hold
but
on,
there's levels.
man.
There's
I'm
cute, and
cute.
then there's like fine as fuck.
No,
Well, like,
Everybody.
they were very much on my level. I'm not swinging out the park. Like these are girls on the. I might have tried a little bit with Alexis, a little bit, but I can't really quite remember. But these are all girls that I worked with at Chick-fil-A. So these are like my coworkers. These are my peers. So how could if we both work at Chick-fil-A, I'm a cashier, you a cashier. How could you be that much ahead of me anyway? Like first of all, and I started. I tried. I went. You saw me. I was there. we were there. I'm trying to holla. And ultimately, I ended up with Stephanie. And when I got with her, I stayed with her for years. I think I got with her like sophomore year, maybe. And I stayed with her all throughout high school. We had a very loving relationship. It was great. I'm just saying this is not new. We could go beyond that. I was with Niela for the past. I'm name dropping now. Hey, shout out to y'all. I love y'all.
Yeah,
I was with
you're on that
Niela,
tonight. I see.
and Niela was half black.
But
So
I'm like,
half the
at least
time
he
we was
was
fighting.
mixed.
Half the time we was fighting.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
fighting. I was
You're
Hilarious.
like the white
You
part
give it
didn't save
up.
you.
the
But it's
I
white.
just
mean,
like it seems, but I don't know. You may be talking of like incompatibility to just like black. Like
yes,
maybe
yeah,
But
like
it's a
that's
what
what
are the
but it's a
chances
I'm
that
numbers
like
game.
maybe what are the chances that they wouldn't want to date someone that they work with and like so that's a no, or what are the chances that like this person is just like not good for you, y'all are like oil and water and y'all ain't mixing and like
right.
just
Or
so
maybe your
happens they
fit was
mix,
Eh,
trash. Maybe he had dirty shoes on. Like it's a lot of
I didn't
factors.
have
you
issues.
know.
Hilarious,
I was
But you
Corey.
actually quite
know,
popular in high school, actually. But
I
I
mean,
that's
mean,
neither here
shit.
nor there.
maybe that's why. Maybe that's why because you just had too much popularity. They don't
I
like
had, but
that.
I'm telling
Oh
you, there's
shit! Hold
different.
on,
There was a
hold on,
But how
hold
you
on, Stan. We got a
oh
$5
wow,
goddamn chat. It's from artificial intelligence, the OG of
shout
the
out to
show.
artificial intelligence. I haven't seen you in
He
so or
said
heard from
they
you in so
want
long.
black men to settle for black women that they not into just for the sake of being with a black woman. That ain't the move. Who
that
like
was
you?
Stan. He
No.
was
Life's
just
too
wanting the
short.
black women to settle for him.
No, I don't
shout
agree
out.
to
Right.
that comment. I don't. I
There's
want
so
nobody to
many
settle.
more.
No,
That's
because
nobody
I'm
like
should settle.
I've
Like no.
I've
I'm
had
name
black
dropping.
men turn me down, and I'm not giving up on black men. Like I don't care how many niggas gonna turn me down.
No facts. And I'm
And
like, you know how much bullshit I didn't went through with men? Like Lionel says, like, do you think that black men are just out here like kings, got everything together, like it's perfect out here, ain't got shit? Like, no.
I'm not saying
Like
I'm.
that's not
And to that
necessarily the
comment,
case, but
nobody's
I'm
saying.
not just gonna
I know what's
say
good, my guy. I'm not saying like settle just in the name of being in a black relationship because we've seen that like in the '60s and '50s, and like that's traumatizing. Like nobody needs to settle for shit. I'm not a part of
they
settling while
work.
you. As long as you can breathe, inhale and exhale, you shouldn't be settling for shit. Go get that shit, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, like I said in the beginning, like what's important is teaching like our youth the value and like having a black partner, like because it's much more valuable than like any of the other shit that's even come up so far. Like what's if you put that shit on the scale, like it's about value. And then so once that's added to the equation, in addition to like kind of understanding like the history and shit, like you might have to do it. Like I said, it's both sides. It's true to both sides. Because there was a comment earlier that was like about like, yeah, this doesn't give anybody an excuse to be rude when dating and being a person. Like, no, a rude person is a rude person. Bitch, white people are racist. Bitch, Mexicans are prejudiced. Like, what are you talking about rude? What are we talking about here? Like, no, I'm
Facts.
not saying nobody should be rude, asshole, none of that kind of shit. That's givens. What
We
I'm
said
saying
he
is
ain't
like we
trying hard
gotta
enough.
we have a responsibility to like let our kids know the importance of this because I as I'm seeing like I'm recognizing amongst us like it's just becoming like like somebody said in the comments like just love who love you like it's more convenient bitch that's a little hard over there I'm a softer kind of a part but it's just a lot more at stake than that like so once you like can get past that and just like be a lot more mature and a lot more mature and see that like damn we can actually like grow through this and like oh that's not who you are like oh shit you may have been like defensive don't be defensive or whatever the case is like people just gotta heal and like these conversations are important but like the value is what matters like the bottom line is like the bottom line.
First of all, let me say this: Mo is running from this conversation. So let me just say that. Let me put that
Cause
out there
y'all
for
been
everybody.
attacking my girl.
I'm like,
We
damn,
know we're not
I'm
attacking
not
Mo.
running, but I mean, damn.
No, we don't want him to do anything. My
He's half
perspective is
black.
like
Well, I'm
talking to
saying
children.
like
I'm like, this is a
Mo.
combo for your kids. Like I feel like
I'm
that's
just I'm
what was
just saying
missed.
Mo is the she is a biracial. I mean, I'm not gonna say Mo is a black woman, right? I think from what I know,
But
Mo
I
identifies as
am
black.
biracial though. At the same time, it's like I am part of two different communities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, first of all, because people, I mean, I understand the conversations that are being had, and it's important for sure. And what I was gonna say earlier is when we first started getting into this conversation of like, how it led into being intentional. We're not. That's not like there are cultures around the world that are intentional with being with people of their same culture. You know what I'm saying, or same race or same ethnicity, whatever it is. Like, and that's something that's like First of all, that's what you need, like before anything. And there are people who don't lead with that. There are people who lead with it, and there are people who don't. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's always going to be those ones that do and that don't, especially here in America. Like, it might be different in a different country, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to Indian people or like, Asian people, people of different Asian cultures, the first thing they're looking for is another Asian person. Like that's the first box that needs to be checked. And if it's not, it's like, we side eyeing you, like, what the fuck? So I don't think it's really any harm, or like it's wrong to like want to lead with that, but also on the contrary, a lot of people don't. And I think that's where the battle comes in, because it's like you were saying, Lionel, like you were taught that that's important, you know what I'm saying, to be with a black woman, but there are a lot of people who aren't. So it's like, yeah, it does start with that initial upbringing of like what it is like. That's where it really starts. And I feel like there is a lot of, deep trauma in the black community, being a black American, like there's a lot of trauma on both sides, men and women, where it's like, damn, like it's a constant battle, to the point where sometimes I'll be like, damn, like, why are we fighting? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of like just people being at each other's throats. And it is important to have the conversations, but I feel like also like when it comes to, the ones that choose not to, like, maybe they're not leading with, oh, like they need to be this certain race, like they need to be a black person, like they may not lead with that. Okay, I mean, there are, like I said, I think it really just comes down to what people are going to lead with. Are you leading with love and I just want to be with somebody, like, I don't necessarily know the men's side of the experience of things, but I mean, I've definitely, even as someone who is mixed, have come across men that are like, oh, like, see, this is why I don't be with black women, because you being difficult, da, da, da. Like that's definitely a stereotype that's being put on a lot of black women. And it's like, I don't know, again, maybe that also roots in trauma, like how Stanley talking about, like, that was my experience growing up, and so that already kind of sets that tone for you going into the dating world of like, see, look, I knew exactly how you was gonna be, like I knew this is exactly what I was to expect, like, so I don't know, there's a lot to be discussed when it comes down to it. I'm personally, I mean, I'm, of course, like I said, part of two different communities, and like sometimes it's like, it's a weird place to be, especially today sometimes, because it's like there, especially the conversations I see being had about people who are, biracial and things like that. Um, because it's like, oh, I can be on one end, but I can be on the other. First of all, I didn't choose this. Okay, like this is just what I am. Like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Like it's like, especially, and I can only speak from my perspective, that sometimes I feel like like biracial people have to apologize for being biracial, because there have been experiences that I've had from black women too, where they have like an animosity towards me because I am mixed, when I have nothing that I'm putting out there. Because I remember I had an experience like that before, where like it was such a small, like, interaction, where it was a black woman that was around us, and I was with my friends somewhere, and it was me, and I mean, me and my friends, like, they're black women, but they kind of maybe looked a little bit more ambiguous, so it was like an interaction that I was having with them. And I think I've talked about this, where I was like giving them some gum or something, and we ran out because I only had enough for us to, like, here's one and let's split one. And I think she had wanted some. And we're like, well, shit, we don't got no more. Like, that's it. And the first thing out of her mouth was like, see, this is why I don't like mixed people. This is why I don't like, mixed bitches. I'm like, damn,
That
bitch,
don't even
like, what
make
the fuck did
sense.
we do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know where to speak sometimes, because it's like I can only speak from my own experiences. And then it also comes down to like in my own family experiences, like because there is something, like, as I've gotten older, as I've become, more educated, I can't help what I've been immersed in, my, the certain particular culture of my two parents, because I was raised around my Hispanic family. I was raised in a Hispanic type of city, where it's like that was the forefront of everything for me. So I had to grow and learn, and thankfully I did, you know what I'm saying? Because I could be one of those people that's like, oh, like, I'm not trying to be dark, bitch, I'm not trying, like, I could be one of those people, because they exist when it comes to the biracial people. And I think those are the ones that be fucking it up for us. So this message is for y'all. Y'all need to chill the fuck out and get educated out here, bitch, because there's no reason to be acting like that at big age. But then again, that also comes from, I can understand where that discourse comes from too, where it's like, it kind of infuriates people of the black community because yes, there are those white and Hispanic parents of biracial children that have that type of like animosity towards their black side, where it's like, oh well, yeah, you know, you, this is because your hair is like this because, oh, like you're, because your dad, whatever, like that really exists, and that hate runs deep. Like, so it's, there's so much that's like, I sometimes just don't know where to stand, I guess. And it's like, even when in my own family, like I'll say something, like I was literally just with my family the other day, and like it's happened more than once. And I think they get offended whenever I talk about, like, or I'll say something like I had said something, and then I led up with, well, yeah, you know, because like we're black, like me talking about me and like my sisters or me personally, like, and that was something that was like pertaining to my blackness, you know what I'm saying, like because I'm black. And one of my family members was like, oh well, you're like, you're mixed, like you're Mexican too. I know that, you know what I'm saying, like it's like, I don't know if they get like offended or something, you know what I'm saying, because it's like, damn, like you're not claiming us. But at the end of the day, look at what I was raised in, look at where I was brought up, like I know I'm Mexican, like I know that. That was all I ever knew for a long time. So it's like, it's okay to, want to embrace things. So it's very weird. I don't know, with the whole biracial shit. I mean, personally for me, I'm not talking, my thing is just with, sorry, but like white people. I don't really,
Whoa,
that's
whoa,
one thing
whoa,
where I'm like,
whoa,
I'm sorry, but that's just me. Like I can't, I
whoa,
would say that might be a never for me too. I can't,
whoa,
I
whoa.
don't, won't say it,
Shout out to
but
Connor,
that
man.
that might be a never for me too, because I just can't see it. And that's even being as somebody who is mixed. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at
To
this
be
point,
fair, Mo,
I would still,
you haven't dated, but
I would
you haven't
still
dated
only really
Hispanic
be
man
with
since like
somebody who
seventh
is
grade.
either Mexican or black,
Hmm.
like, or mixed like me. That's usually what I'm probably gonna go for. And those are really the only
Oh,
types I've
okay.
ever really dated. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm still essentially sticking to like my my communities. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
can
it's
see
like
the
I
cultures. I can see the
understand
cultural
the
side too.
importance of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay, but
and even the
but
Mexican
let me
culture is
ask you
like
though,
that too.
Mo.
Like the traditional Mexican people
But
be looking
Mo,
at you
hold
as
on.
at their family member sideways whenever they date outside their race. Like, what are you doing? Like that's something that runs in every type of culture. And it's just like
But
it's just getting
but
less
can I
and less
ask you,
because
Mo?
there's so
Hold on,
much like,
slow down, Mo. Slow
okay.
down. Slow
Now
down.
you
Jesus.
was just talking about I'm being quiet, and now I'm talking,
Okay,
and you trying to
and
silence
that's why
me.
you was being so quiet.
Let the
Damn.
Gemini talk in Gemini season.
Shit. We let her run for 17 minutes. Goddamn, uninterrupted.
Yeah, y'all said enough.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I
Uninterrupted.
want to say though.
She
I
was spitting though.
appreciate your perspective. And I think your perspective is like super important in this conversation. But here's what I'm saying though. I think you can appreciate this though, right? Is that I think, and Stan, jump in if I'm mischaracterizing what you're saying. And I think that like Stan, what Stan is saying, right, is not necessarily because look, I know dudes. I think that y'all are maybe mischaracterizing Stan. Because I know dudes who say they don't fuck with black chicks. I know those dudes, right? I got friends who will tell me I don't fuck with black women. And
And
it
that's
is what it
crazy.
is.
That's
They
your
don't fuck
friends,
with
but
them.
go off.
Right. And you
No,
said
that's
Those are
friends.
my
not
guys.
that's
But
not
It
his
is
go
what it
body.
is.
off.
That's not his body.
I
No, that's
mean,
not his
Hilarious, by the
everybody
way.
has their
But
preference.
they will let if they were on the show right now and you say, "Do you fuck with black women?" They would tell you no, right? It is what it is, right? I don't think Stan falls in that category. I think Stan falls in the category of he was dating around. You know what I'm saying? He found, he fell into a situation where somebody was reciprocating the energy and he gravitated to it. And so that's where he is right now, right?
Right.
And
Facts.
was doing
Because he starts with my
right.
best friend who's a black queen.
Well, but I'm just saying though, like it's not like he wasn't like we can't like what would y'all like theoretically, right? What would y'all want Stan to do if he's actively if he feels like he's in a position to where he's ready for a relationship, he's actively pursuing black women, no nothing's being reciprocated. how long would y'all want? Y'all want him to go for the rest of his life just doing that? Like, I don't know. I don't want y'all.
I mean,
Y'all
I
tell me
just
what you want to
have,
do.
I don't know if you would just ever just go like indefinitely without. So like for me, I don't have no other pool, right? So if black niggas wasn't going for me, like if black men weren't going for me, then I guess I just wouldn't have nobody. Like truly, I would just have to be working on myself and like.
That's
But I
crazy.
That's
understand.
wild.
I
That is not
understand how life.
crazy. That
No,
is
hold on,
That's
good.
crazy.
because I know how life works.
Y'all
I know how
crazy.
vibration works. I know how frequency works, and I know how you have to be on a certain level to attract certain things, and you only attract at the certain levels that you are. So if I'm not attracting anything of significance, of anything that I would like to be in, that I would value, I would literally just turn that energy on to myself. And I have done that, right? Because I respect and I love myself. And I respect and I love black men. And I would never just be like, oh, the black men and just keep fucking me over. I'm just gonna go fuck with a white man because like, or
But
I'm
see,
gonna
that's
go
what I'm
fuck
saying,
with
though, Naomi. I don't think Stan just came out and said, I'm just gonna do this. I just think that
no,
like,
and I feel like it could definitely be like, okay, she turned me down, this bitch down to fuck. Like, so let's
nah,
go this
not even
way.
down to fuck.
No,
Just that
not,
like
not
she's
even
down to have a
that.
conversation. She's just down to have a conversation.
Abrasive from the jump. That's what I mentioned. And I think Naomi, I think I was DMing you. Maybe this might have been a year or so ago. I think I
Oh
actually
shit.
sent you
Oh
pictures.
shit. Oh,
Well, no, you know, we just chop it up. That's the homie. But I
okay.
actually
Let's
sent you
talk.
pictures. I sent you pictures of my girlfriend. You knew who I was talking to at the time. I'm pretty sure I sent you
Okay.
pictures. We should go back to DM and check. I was talking to black girls. One was mixed and one was fully black. And my point, like Roy, I think he articulated it perfectly. The problem is not I think that when we're going in this back and forth, this discourse is what I'm saying is black women are abrasive from the jump. It's a personality trait. It's part of the culture to be abrasive like that. It's part of the
No, and I
culture to
feel
be.
like that is your opinion.
Yeah, I think that
But
is opinion.
it's
Like that's not a
Your
blanket
it's
statement.
not
experience.
I
it's
know.
not really it's not really an opinion though. If we look at
Your experience.
Yeah, I
the
feel like it's
culture, let's
depending on
look
where
at.
you look. If you're
No,
looking
because
ahead,
Okay.
yes. If
Okay.
you're looking ahead,
So
then yes.
let's look at the pop black culture. Pop black culture. Now you can
Oh,
say you can
I'm
argue
like,
Beyonce.
is that
You
where
can
you want to go? I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, you could
we
argue
absolutely
Beyonce, the
speaking
can.
in the
classiest girl in the
programming.
pop culture.
You
Like
do
you
We
know
could
can
we live
argue
in
argue
she's the
America
classiest.
right?
we could argue
But
Beyonce, right? We could argue Beyonce. We could debate about Beyonce because she had her
Bruh.
fair share of licks where she was really popping that stuff too about being an independent black queen. But that's neither here nor there. But
oh,
and you can still
let's look at your sexy reds though. Let's look at your city girls
get him
who's up though.
sexy.
Let's look at all of these up and coming rappers that are really preaching that abrasive behavior. Now, don't get me wrong,
Glorilla.
there are some soft black queens out there. Don't get me wrong. But let's
Summer
look at the
Walker.
culture as a whole. Summer
The
Walker is
culture
pretty
that is being
toxic.
fed to us by who, Stan?
Oh,
that's
summer
crazy.
toxic. Talk your shit,
So
Stan.
we
The
we could
culture
go
being fed to us by who?
we can
And so
go
it's
deep down.
okay, but
We
I
can
will
go
let
deep
you
down this
talk.
rabbit hole, but let me finish real quick and we can go down this rabbit hole. What I'm saying is on its surface, most of these women, and when I say most, I'm talking about like 51%. I'm not saying all of them. Yeah, I'm sure there's some gems out there, and I love all
51,
my black
49.
queens. But the likelihood of you going out, right? Say a black guy, especially if you go out and you talk to 10 women and all 10 are black, most of them are going to turn you down and rather harshly. Now, you could still get turned down by 10 women of another race, but I can almost with certainty tell you that you will get much further in that conversation than you would with the black woman who's not interested. A lot of them are very abrasive. They don't let things go. They don't let things go. They don't let things slide. They don't let things see where they could end up. They're abrasive from the jump. And that's what Roy is talking about. Because when we are arguing, y'all saying like, okay, later down, you got to soften them up. You know, there's some things that black women are dealing with. You know, maybe give them a hug. Like I can't even hug her because I ain't talked to her. I'm not gonna just go hug a random black woman. That shit ain't gonna go out. We're gonna end up fighting. What I'm
No,
saying
and I'm
is,
sorry.
I
I'm
don't come
sorry
across
that has
those kind
been
of
your
black women,
experience.
thankfully.
I'm sorry
No,
that's
facts.
been
I
your
know I hate that for
experience
you,
that makes
honestly.
you feel like, you know, that I guess that you can't like love a black woman or that you can't
No.
receive like true,
I don't.
genuine like softness
That's not
and
what I'm saying.
love.
That's not what I'm saying.
It
Love
does feel
is
that way.
It
already
feels
jumping
like
past the
No, it
point.
does feel I want to hug you, Stan. We love you,
But
Stan.
I think you're
We do love you.
missing it. I think you're missing it. I think you're missing what I'm saying. I think
no, we hear
black
you.
women
We
are
hear
the
you.
most abrasive from the jump.
No,
So
it's
for me
not.
to love a black woman would mean that I would have to get to meet her. I'd have to get to take her out on
Okay,
dates. That
and
process
and
is
with
most
that, like
black
yes,
women are the
that's
most difficult to get to that
and
point.
I'm not gonna like that's not something I'm gonna argue because that's your experience. Like I
Yeah,
can't get in your body and tell you no, this never happened. Like and like I
Yeah.
said, I hate that for you. But I just know from my experience, I have so many and then all my friends are like black women that are like great and like extremely friendly and open and
Hold
receptive
on,
and like doctors, lawyers.
before you
No,
go off.
because no, I have to make this point. Because
I know, but I don't
with
want to. I
that,
don't want you to go too far
no.
before I have to say this. I want to say before you go,
no.
has your experience with
We let
other
you go.
races been less abrasive? Because if you're going to argue,
Yes.
you have to argue the opposite to say that other
Ooh.
races have been more
No,
abrasive
let me tell
towards you from
you.
the
No,
jump.
let
Yes.
me tell you, because that's where
Yes.
we defer.
Yes. Go
That's where we
ahead.
defer. Because first of
Okay,
all, we
now I
already
want to hear
have
this.
like just like the understanding of like white people. I feel away a little bit just based on our history. So that's that. But then Mexicans, I grew up in San Antonio. I haven't really dealt with racism from white people. I've dealt with racism from Mexican people, Mexican women. My first time ever dealing with racism, I was like 7 at my best friend's house, who was Mexican. We're still cool today, but it's just different when I know how your family feel. And like I was knocking at his door, and his aunt was in town from Houston. And the aunt, the oldest aunt, and then also the daughter, who was like a little bit older than us, both just screaming at the top of their lungs, like, "Ah, get him away from here! Get him out of here! Like he's black!" Like literally, I'm standing at the door, like, are these fucking lunatics? Like, what is this bitch's
Oh
problem? Like,
wow.
I'm
That
literally
is
just in awe and confused.
crazy.
Like, I'm like, what is this bitch's problem? Legit. Like, do I need to go get my mom? Do you need that? I'm like, do you need that? Do you need a fade? Like, what's your problem? Because it was bizarre to me. So that was my first time experiencing like any kind of thing like that. Then later down the road, I recognized that Hispanics are extremely prejudiced, like extremely, and they want to be white in some instances. So then you got cholas, right? Then you got women that like I would never even consider like dating because that's just like a little, that's just not my vibe, you know. And then you go into like women who just like are lower class. Period. That's across any race. Like there's low class people on the planet. Like and then you wouldn't want to be with them in any capacity. There's racist people. There are rude people. There are abrasive people. There's people that's gonna judge you based on how you look, and like all that shit's to be avoided. But like when it's like that's just the reality. But then there's healthy people who are raised white, raised well, and like who give people the time of day and are respectful, and like that's just what you would go for in any instance. So like if it's an
Absolutely.
abrasive
And I'm
person
sorry
or a
you
rude
experienced
person, like
racism because
it's just
honestly,
like
that's a no go. No, nobody should be
and it
racist.
was
Like
crazy
honestly,
because I was like young and I was a kid and like I was just like not doing shit to anybody. But
that's
it's not like
deeply
I
traumatizing. By the
don't
way,
judge people on it. I just thought that this bitch was crazy. That's all it made me think is like you're a lunatic. Okay, got it, lunatic. But like at the end of the day, like there's gonna be a thing, and like you could look at. I'm saying that to say like you could look at black women and say they may be a little harder. You could look at any other race and say they may be a little this. Like okay, these bitches might feel like this, or they family might want to off me, bitch like after the family reunion. Like they may be, I may be able to have a conversation with them and like when I approach them, but then they go and talk to their friends and call me niggas and like really feel or just like don't respect blackness. Like that's a problem for me. So it's like it could be you could do that with any group of people, like seriously. So then you just would avoid that type of a person, not like to say like, okay, Mexicans are racist, bitch. I'm avoiding Mexicans. Like, no, that's just not the reality. Like, there's Mexicans I've come across that I feel so comfortable and safe with, and like love down, like forever. It's set, and like that. So then you just like look for your tribe, period.
Yeah.
But
100%. I agree with that. I agree with that. But first off, let me just go back to what you said about the whole racism thing. Like nobody should experience that, and I 100% agree that there was this period, especially in San Antonio, where this is black versus Mexican war, and I'm no. All of my fellow black people have experienced some degree of racism in that area at that time for sure, and all surrounding areas. So that is a no go. But kind of just like what you said is like you could basically like the to sum up what you were saying, the message that I'm receiving is that you could take some of these bad traits, some of these negative traits, some of these these bad associations that you have from your experience, right? But what I want to try to bring to light is in everyone's dating experience, has your experience with other races now aside outside of personal prejudice and personal
yeah,
racism and things like that, I'm talking about, in the realm of dating, right? So in the realm of dating, your experience with other races, they've been less abrasive and less warm than black people, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
My statement would be that I haven't experienced black women to be abrasive at all. Like not any more abrasive than the next group of women. I genuinely love black women because I genuinely do. Like I have the best of times. Like they are always sweet and feel warm and welcoming and familiar and like fun and like with the shits and like it's just a level of relativity. I don't really have the perspective of abrasiveness, but I'm not like blind to the fact. But I also don't just like go to like rough other like rough areas and be like, hey, like or I don't like be like I kind of like pick and choose wisely too. Like I kind of require a certain level of just like couth and like self respect and like respect for the planet, bitch. How you feel about the grass over there? Like I need to know. Like and then cause like I'm not just like chopping it up with anybody. That's true. Like so I will say that my perspective is not that black women have been more abrasive or less. Like I just feel like if I come across somebody abrasive, then like I'm like, okay, not my vibe. Like you're abrasive, period. I'm not like, black bitch, or like, this Mexican bitch was abrasive. I'm like, I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be like black women. I literally catch a vibe. Like I've Dutchy wine the night away with a random black woman. I've also Dutchy wine the night away with a random Mexican woman before in the club. Like like so
Oh,
it's
don't get
just
me
like I don't
wrong.
feel like
They
I
could be
have
a
the
vibe.
abrasive experience. Yeah, I don't
They
just
could be
have
a
the
vibe.
abrasive experience though. Yeah.
But if we just look, let's look at a number. Like I said, I think I brought this up earlier, but I'm gonna go back to that. If we're looking at a numbers game, like I said, in my experience and the experience of those around me, so secondhand experience, like black women are some of the most difficult to break in. Now, don't get me wrong. Once you in there, they could be a vibe because there's a lot. There's things that go unsaid that are a vibe. There's that. There's just that understanding of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Just what to say, when to say it, how to act, and how to be. Just makes sense, right? A lot of the times, black women are on the same page, but it still does not change my opinion that
Do you feel like black men are like
Too
thugs?
easy.
No, I'm no. My
do
question
I
is
feel like do
so.
I
In
feel
that
like
case, would
black
you
men are
feel like
thugs?
black men are
No,
like aggressive and like thugs, like across the board when you look at the numbers?
absolutely not. And I
So
don't
okay,
think
so
that I
then
don't think I don't think that for any particular
that's
race
a
at all.
sentiment. I feel like that's a sentiment though. Like, and I feel like a lot of black women won't like that because I have family that are women that date outside of black, and it's just like okay, but it's in the name of like, well, black men just like aren't as educated as I would want, or like aren't like I don't feel as safe around, like or like protected around, or like man try to steal from me. Like I'm trying to establish shit. I don't want like a black
Damn,
man.
trying to
But
steal?
like seriously, so that's why I feel like that perspective like might be true to some black men out there, but like that's not a blanket statement that you could use. And the same is true for like there may be abrasive women. Like I be seeing shit on TikTok. I can't believe how parents be parenting for real. Like and that be fucking people up. And so like people are just fucked up. And like that's not to say that black people are, because you know that's my whole thing. Is just like not a blanket statement thing, but maybe so much more of like that person because it's
I
not
agree. I agree. I
even
don't think I
Mo,
don't
even if
think
you
that
come
all
across
black
Mo and
women are
Naomi
like
in the club,
this.
or if you come across Naomi and Tamara in the club, like that's two total different like experiences. Like they'll be completely different. So you can't say,
Oh, Naomi's a
these
vibe.
two
I
black
kicked it
women.
with Naomi before.
Chances are, like it's gonna be like this. Like, but then you'd be so like wrong. Same for anyone that would assume anything about me as like a black man. Like you probably wouldn't be further away from the truth, but like just going by the numbers, which is the fucked up part.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. What you're speaking of is more of like hypothetically. What I'm speaking of is like experience. You know what I mean? Like I've kicked it with Naomi before. She's a great time, wonderful vibe. Love you, Naomi. And same could go for a billion other black women that I've kicked it with. But what I'm saying is, and I stand on this. In those
Stand
beginning
on it,
stages,
goddamn it.
in those beginning
No,
stages,
I'm
out of
tired.
all the women out of all the women that you could talk to, black women just tend to be a little more abrasive. It just is
No,
harder.
and
It's harder for things to flourish with a black woman, and so they don't. So then, when they don't, and then I end up with a Latin woman, then here come Dr. Umar. You see what I'm saying?
Good.
no, and
Need
I'm
this
like, and
message.
maybe you just, you
Need
just
this
gotta,
message.
maybe you do just gotta stay over there. But I just hate, and I
Damn.
hope, no, for real, because I mean, if that's
Talk
what
your
it
shit.
is, and
Stand
if
on that.
that's how you feel, like if that just black women are
No, it's
too
not how I feel. That's
abrasive,
what happened.
black women No, I mean, but happened is the past, baby. And if you focus on the past, you're not focused on where you at right now. And so,
I am
The
like,
focused on where
God-given
I'm right
present.
now
The God-given
with
present.
with
The
my
present
beautiful
is
Latin
God-given.
queen.
no, and that's why I said maybe you should stay
Tell him,
right there.
I'm focused on it right now. We just hopped off a
Stan.
boat.
No,
What you
and I'm
mean?
like, so, and that's fine, right?
Beautiful.
And that's
Beautiful.
fine, but I don't think that it has to be at the discredit of Black women, right? Because I think that's also what it turns
Is he
into when
discrediting? I don't know if he's discrediting though,
Yes,
Naomi. Is he
he
I'm not.
is.
I
Well, I
mean, he
mean, in
said
some
Okay,
he
I'm
way,
really
basically
not.
I
said,
could be
no,
tripping.
hold
in some
on.
way,
You
I'm really
He
are.
not though.
basically said
How?
that
Somewhat.
white and
I could
Latin
be tripping.
women are
More
easier to
submissive,
deal
more
with.
agreeable.
Yeah, exactly. Because Black women are disagreeable, they're argumentative, they're abrasive, they're this, they're that, right? And that's all the
And
things that have been
masculine.
told to
And
Black
also
And
women
masculine.
since slavery days, right? That's slavery type shit where it's like, oh, Black
Oh
women are
shit.
too masculine, Black women are too ugly, Black women are too this, Black women are too that.
We can have that
And so it's
conversation
like,
too.
huh?
Oh
I
shit.
said we
Stan
can
said he ready
we
for
can
all
have
the
that
shits.
we can have that conversation. But what
No,
I'm
that is
saying
the
is
conversation we're having.
Right,
Those are the
next
things
week.
that you are saying and that you're alluding to and that you're pulling from and you were birthed in America Kaka. And like we already talked about, like the trauma that stems on both sides, right? There's trauma that stems on both sides of Black men and Black women. And so I mean, if that was your experience that you just don't want to be around Black women, if you can't
I didn't say that.
honor Black women, if you don't see the importance of a Black woman, if you don't see like the
I do.
virtues of it, then it's okay to like stay over there, to like
No, I
not
do.
be
I
with
do.
Black women.
I do.
Well,
I hear what
there's
you're
no
saying. And
convincing
Can
her.
I?
No,
Know
like,
that
there's no
you
convincing a
do.
person. That's why I said this conversation.
I agree.
These are conversations for your kid. Like this is for
it's not
like my
it's not a
son. Like
convincing
he's gonna
thing.
understand this. Like we
I
can't
don't want
like
to see no
make up the
ebony
mind of
porn
a
on your
grown adult.
shit no more.
Oh no, I love Black women. I love Black women. I'm just
No,
saying
I don't want to see
that
no more Black porn on your
that
shit.
Can I
But you don't
read?
think
Hold on, Stan.
we're
Hold on,
getting
Stan.
down that
Before you go.
road.
Hold on, Stan. Before you go. Can I read artificial intelligence comments? Can you put a $5 super chat? He said FBA, foundational Black Americans, need to get back to foundational principles when dealing with each other. You owe each other love and respect, not dinners and cash apps. Hilarious, by the way. So he's
Preach.
saying that like, yeah, we owe each other
You're
love and
right.
respect.
but yeah, of course. And I
No,
feel
yeah,
like
I'm with you. Hey, no more ebony porn is crazy.
That's crazy.
No
I'm
That's
more
the
like, y'all
best
need to
kind.
get off
porn.
porn anyway. What Candace Owens say? Y'all need to get off
Oh,
porn
see,
anyway because it's
now you
fucking up your
listening to
minds.
Candace Owens. Now
I'm
you
like,
listening to
I don't
Candace.
got no problem with Candace Owens, truly.
I got a huge
I'm like,
problem
you
with
know,
Candace.
Black people started
She married
hating
to
her.
a white man. Hold on. Candace is married
Candace
to a
Owens
white
a
man.
little.
And
yo.
I
She's
don't got
different.
problems with Stan, and he's fucking with a non-Black woman as well. So like,
Oh,
people
Check
you
your
do have
DMs.
votes for
hold on.
Check your
different votes.
DMs, Naomi. Check your DMs. I know I sent you
The
the picture.
last
Look at
20
who I was with
minutes you
before.
had a problem with Stan. What are you
I'm
talking
like, you
about?
sent
I'm
me a
confused
dick
now.
pic, Stan. I'm like,
That
that's
was
hilarious.
that was that was that was a long time ago. Come on now. Come
That
on
was the
now.
only picture in there. I don't remember no
Hold on, we got to
girlfriends.
mute that part out.
On
Wait a
on
minute.
Instagram, and I asked you for permission, which you happily obliged to, by the way. And
Oh shit.
For sure.
you actually thanked me for asking permission, by the way. So don't just go off saying like I'm just sending you random dick pics. Come on now. Come on now.
Period.
You agreed to it.
Always
You-
get
What is
consent.
that?
Always get
Where
consent.
we at?
that was
Hold on,
that
what
was
just happened?
consensual, by the way, for the record.
What just
All right.
happened? What
Before
just
she
Always
happened?
get
try to,
Tori is
before she
consent.
try
way
to
too
paint this
excited.
picture, don't paint that picture in me. That was consensual.
What? Oh, now we getting to that.
Hey, look. Hey, look. Eyes low. Stan, you see what happened? You see the Black woman a dick pic? 2 years later, it come up like this. See what I'm saying? You see
Come
what
on,
I'm
G.
saying?
It's okay.
It's right here. Right here.
The dick
It's
Oh,
not
pic.
even it's
whoa.
not the dick pic. It ain't even that.
I'm like,
In
and
the
that's
it's,
been our show, people. Thank you so much.
it's
for
not even a
tuning
dick.
in.
We're gonna get canceled, Mo. Shit.
No, for
Bro.
real. We gotta get off the airwaves, money. We gotta.
I'm
get
just
off.
saying.
That nigga said Stan
I'm
is
just
G.
saying because the way that Naomi painted that picture of me, like I just don't fuck with Black women. I'm literally in the DMs right now. It's not even that far up of me showing you my girl that you literally responded to. Oh, using love, and it's a picture of a beautiful Black queen. So I'm confusion. And look,
Hey, listen,
so
we gotta
why-
I'm
stop for
not
the night.
saying that you
Stan,
don't.
hold
I'm
on.
not saying that
We
you
might
don't
have to have you on
love
next
or,
week, Stan.
let me know. Let me know. I'll be here.
I'm enjoying this conversation. We might have to bleed this over in the next week.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
'cause
so
it's
much
time
we
for
didn't get to
bed,
get into
y'all.
tonight. I enjoyed this conversation. Shout out to Shody Mo for pulling up and making it liver than what it was. She was tired, y'all. Mo, next year, Mo, listen, it's a big birthday
Not the
coming up for you
blankie.
next year, Mo. I'm just letting you know, Mo.
Yeah, we'll worry
I'm
about
not
that. We'll
saying
cross
nothing,
that
but I'm
bridge when we
saying
get
something.
to it.
it.
I'm not saying nothing, but I'm saying something, Mo.
I'm
She
gonna be
got
on
a
the
whole
I'm
year.
gonna be
Relax.
I'm gonna be on the island in my
Are you?
bikini shaking ass.
We gonna be
Oh,
on
well,
the
talk
island.
that shit.
Shit,
I'm
let me
going
pull
on
up.
the
I got my
island.
I got my
I'm gonna be 30.
passport.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
I'm
be
bringing in my
30
dirty
and
30 too.
flirty and thriving. Okay,
Dirty
so
30.
Talk that shit.
With black
Shout out to the whole
men.
crew, man. Shout out to
Shout
everybody,
out.
man. Y'all still
Period.
make sure
Well,
y'all tap in.
it might be
Shout out to
a
Stan.
little island team.
right.
Shout out to
Period.
Stan for pulling up, man. We appreciate you, Stan, man. He always
Yes,
Thanks for
we
a
having me.
do.
part of
We
the
love
show, so
Stan.
thank you, man, for pulling up. We
You know he
enjoyed
don't
this
love us.
conversation. We might have to have you back next week, Stan. I enjoy
Okay.
because I think that like where we're going with this conversation is an interesting perspective. So thank all y'all, man. I gotta let y'all know. Hold on, before we get up out of here, goddamn, I gotta let y'all know because everybody gonna say that, hey man, everybody do a podcast, and I've been telling y'all for a long time. Just because everybody do a podcast, that don't mean that everybody like us, man. We out of here for the night, man. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Hey.
They not like us.
Hey.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.